Hi. Good. Oh, that's right. I introduced it. Hi. Good evening.
Hello.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Yom Kippur to those who celebrate it. My name is Rudy Basso. We are back with another episode of Band of Blades, Stream of Blades, a Band of Blades actual play stream. My name is Rudy Basso. As I mentioned, I'm one of the co-owners of this podcast and streaming network. You can find me on Twitter at Rudy Basso. We have a very special guest with us today. It's Kat.
It's me.
AKA Kazbots.
That is my Twitter handle, yes.
Yes, the Dames and Dragons podcast. One of the fine podcasts here on Don't Split the Podcast Network. Hi, Kat.
Hi, Rudy.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have a lot of fun.
We are. This is going to be a blast. I'm very excited. I'm loving this.
Nice.
And Kat, just to be clear, you learned all of the rules beforehand, right?
All the rules.
Every single rule. Here's the thing. I did learn all of the rules, memorized them perfectly. Then I did get hit on the head by a comically oversized mallet and then forgot most of them. So, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, it'll just come back to you. Yeah, it'll come back to you over time.
It's going to fit in great.
We're going to have to find that coyote.
That coyote's been trying to find me.
Oh. You're implying you're some sort of Okay, anyway. Shane, hi.
Hello.
Game
Hi.
Master. How are
Yes.
you?
I'm living the dream.
Nice. Who are you also?
I am Shane. I use he, him, and I am at Mundangerous on Twitter. I am also the host of the Total Party Thrill podcast on Don't Split the Podcast Network.
Oh, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the other host of that?
Hey, that's me. This is I-Hsien. He, him, at Evil Sans Carne. That's Malice minus Meat on Twitter. Total Party Thrill, because Shane didn't mention it, is an RPG discussion podcast where we talk about anything and everything to help DMs and players play better games. Like this. We've taken everything that we have learned and put it all into this stream. We've just, juiced it.
Wow.
Juiceroed it down to this stream.
Yeah.
The culmination of our being.
Yeah, you guys just did an episode on Band of Blades last week or 2 weeks ago, right? So
Yeah.
people like watching the stream. You can go learn more in depth about it by listening to that wonderful episode. And finally, Sally. Hello. Hi, Sally. How are you?
Hey, Rudy. I'm great. And I'm really glad that Shane and I-Hsien did that episode on Band of Blades because I really needed to learn how this game works.
Nice.
So thank you.
And they did it after we started the show, right?
Yeah. I knew they would get around to it eventually, so I held out.
Gotcha.
She, her. I am at Sally T on Twitter, and I am the co-host of the Struggle Bus podcast, which is a mental health and advice show. That's fun.
It's a good show.
It is fun. Don't say it dismissively.
I can't decide if it's fun to me or fun to other people, but we don't have to get into that now. This isn't about me.
At least
But
a
thank
solid
you,
30
but thank
minutes
you.
of it is fun.
That's fair.
Cool. So Shane, Game Master, why don't you take it away? Tell us what's going on. We had to kind of cut it short last week, so.
Yeah, so last week we arrived in the town of Plainsworth, where you found it to be flooded with refugees and the remnants of the Eastern Army that had kind of reformed and were marching out back east. You noted how distrusting the locals were. Specifically, like, they seemed uncomfortable with the Legion's close ties to the Imperial era, your iconography, your general presentation, your armor, all of those types of things. You conducted Operation Shattered Mountain, which was based on reports that Breaker was reopening an archaeological dig and rumors that the site contained the original battle standard of the Legion, presented by Emperor Tantarus himself 400 years ago. And so you acted. You sent the Shattered Lions, your honor guard, along with the officer Ananika and the sniper Arun and the medic Azure Sighing Grove. You tracked them to the site and waited for Breaker's Hex troops to unearth the artifact, and then you expertly massacred them in a large gout of fire. If I recall, you threw lots of oil into a pit, and then set that pit on fire. And then you recovered. So you recovered the banner, and on the strongbox that was containing it, you found a few cryptic words written in like the early imperial language that read, "Proud lions, shrewd owls, faithful stags. The empire's iron grasp faltered, but the legion's valor held. As the last embers die, bury 'neath the moon and stars, the onyx lion battle standard, until by divinity undying dispelled." And then you left. But you had an opportunity to strike out at the infamous hexed Elia, who is one of the stronger hexed within Breaker's army, and so you laid a trap for her. You sent the medic and a rookie to escort the banner back to the rest of the Legion, and then you turned around and, at the direction of the officer, Ananika, Old Battle Axe, if you recall, the rookies held the line against Elia, and then Arun was able to shoot her, weaken her with his sniper rifle, and Leonin was the hero of the battle, actually felled the infamous Elia. The smoke cleared, the rookie stood firm, and one of her most fearsome weapons lay dead in the Aldermani dirt. Meanwhile, back at home, your secondary mission was Operation Broken Hawk. That was rooting out the source of the townspeople's hostility in Plainsworth. And the Star Vipers, Slippery Peter, and Red Raging successfully traced it back to a hag coven that was operating out of the basement of an opium den, creating hexed and sending them out to disparage the Legion. You were able to sort that out. A couple losses there, unfortunately, but ultimately successful operation. And then we moved on to the campaign phase. We handled this one offline. So normally we do like mission phase and then campaign phase, and we took so long on the mission last time that we had to do campaign phase offline. So we can kind of sum up what happened there. Time advanced, we spent some food, then we took our campaign actions, and the quartermaster, the deputy quartermaster, Baron Elric Zardani, acquired some supply carts to help make the trek to your next location, the Sunstrider Camp, a little bit easier. And then you took liberty in order to help clear your stress and maintain your high morale, while your laborers continued to work on the Juicero still, your extra stress relieving still. If you recall, that's kind of been a long-term project for the Legion. And then you also decided, or rather the Baron decided, to halt alchemy until we locate a second alchemist to help. Hopefully you can do that in Westlake, which is one of the next cities on your path east. And then Ash, the spy master. I-Hsien, do you want to summarize what Ash did?
Shout out to Mark for telling me that I should have 2 master spies and not simply 1 master spy.
Oh, yeah.
Antoinette, one spy, rested, recuperated from her wounds, achieved on a mission previously. And Crimson Vexing Gale went out and attempted to expand the network and was extremely successful. And we are this close to recruiting a 3rd spy for the Legion.
Nice.
And then meanwhile, at the commander's discretion, we advanced to the next location on the map, the Sunstrider Camp. We rolled for pressure, and what was the outcome there, Rudy?
Rolled a big old 6, which is not good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so we had 3 ticks of time pass, and the season summer has ended.
So when the season ends in Band of Blades, the broken grow stronger. So the 2 broken each gained a new ability, and you will find out eventually what those new abilities are.
Yay!
Probably today, even. It should come in handy for me as the GM.
And our chosen did not grow stronger, right? Just the broken grew stronger.
So your chosen Zora, she gains experience whenever you complete a mission with the glory type.
Yeah, gotcha. Which we have done 0.
No. You've done 2 actually.
Oh, 2.
Oh, really?
Even better.
Yeah. So your special mission last time was a glory mission. Your first mission was a glory mission.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, so I mean, she's getting there. You'll get there eventually.
Cool.
Just not
And
quickly
then-
enough.
Yeah, I believe you.
Well, so it's been interesting actually because Zora saved you, right? At the Battle of Ettenmark, the kind of the fateful battle at the beginning of the story, and then helped you rescue the commander, and then hasn't really been around. But Zora did end up showing up in Plainsworth, rejoined the Corps Undying, and has been leading you around the Aldermani heartland, sort of opportunistically striking out at Render and Breaker's troops as they are trying to, or as she is trying to kind of bottle them up crossing the Tigerius River. So on the map, you can kind of see where they are stuck, basically, unable to move forward towards Plainsworth. That's largely your doing. You've had other regiments kind of attached to you. Troops rotate in to fight, troops rotate out. But here you are, the Legion, kind of the honor guard of Zora and the tip of her spear, kind of consistently fighting against these troops as time passes and summer ends. And I think let's start with a free play scene here, and we can kind of talk about who we're playing at the moment. But I want to see the scene or set the scene as the battle has ended. This has been the 4th skirmish in 5 days, right? So it has been sort of on the march, fighting, recovering, and marching again to the next fight. You have, driven back Render's troops. Even you've been consistently skirmishing with the Knights of the Black Oak, who of course are Greymane's favorite enemy, most hated rivals, and also Render's elite troops, right? And so you have driven them back yet again, another victory for the Legion. And now everyone is kind of circling up, kind of in their squads, around their squads, recovering, sorting through the wounded, the injured, the dead, reestablishing your lines and all of that sort of thing. And Zora is present. She is walking through the camp, sort of grabbing soldiers and commiserating. She has a large horn filled with some type of spirit that she is drinking, and she is kind of, not more than an hour removed from a pitched battle, and now a little red-nosed and rosy-cheeked as she is, enjoying the victory with the troops.
She can get drunk. That's a thing that can happen.
I mean, I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know. Do the men look tired, Shane? Do they look battle-worn? Do they look weary? Or is this just another end of the day, another day of work done?
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure, the grunts look exhausted. You have been fighting for weeks at this breakneck pace.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've been very successful. I mean, you've earned all of the honor, of course, because you serve kind of at Zora's right hand, and you've lost people for sure. Legionnaires have died, but for everyone who dies, you are able to find somebody to leave their regiment and join your ranks. It's kind of the armies that have been attached to you are kind of seeing that as an honor to join the Legion.
Also, we're going in this direction. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly.
All right. I think. So, are we headed towards this Sunstrider Camp, or
Not yet. I think
yet.
this is
Okay.
this is sort of as time is passing.
yes?
You've made the decision to leave Plainsworth, but you
Yes.
haven't headed to Sunstrider yet. So
And-
you are kind of in between. And actually, you're probably west of Plainsworth because you are driving back
Sure.
the front line. right?
Gotcha. I think yes. I think
Well, so-
Greymane
Oh, okay.
is going to approach Zora. Okay. I'm trying to think how to do this. I'm trying to think of what a relationship with are chosen seen as super intimidating, scary people to normies, to regular folks.
I mean, Zora is, right?
Zora
her thing.
is.
So yeah, Zora is interesting. I mean, you've been marching with her for a few weeks, so you've seen this over time. where when she gives orders, she expects them to be followed, like any commander, right? But when the battle is over, she is the first to join the troops in revelry, right? So, I think it's not as easy as not unlike when you walk around with the troops, even though you are like as the commander, like Greymane is a pretty well liked officer.
Agreed.
Of course you agree. But like troops aren't easy around you necessarily, especially like rookies who don't know you very well, right? Like they don't really drop their guard. I think they probably see Zora in the same way.
Okay. I think I have been watching Zora. So this breakneck pace is cool, but also I feel like we need to move on because is our plan has always been to get to Sky Dagger Keep and hold off, or
that's what she told you to do.
That's what she told us to do. So cool that we're with her, but we are a limited resource, and I think our limits are being reached at constantly skirmishing and constantly losing legionnaires. So maybe I'm gonna go to Mal and be like, Mal, my friend, you've been telling me we've lost people, good people, a lot of people. I think maybe if we can approach Zora while she's a little tipsy, we can convince her it's time to move on, and that maybe some of the other groups should be covering the retreat.
That sounds like a good idea, Commander. I'm gonna let you do the talking. You're really more of the you know how to get these things done. I'm just the numbers guy, but sure, I'll go with you and tag me in if you need to.
Yeah, don't walk away when I start talking. All right, that's all.
I probably will not. Yes.
Okay. Good. Okay.
So I think if you guys are going to approach Zora, then Kat, I think she is talking to Freria.
Oh.
No.
Freria.
Freria. Okay.
Freria.
Freria.
And I-Hsien, who else is Zora like drinking with at the moment?
Who else do we have?
Literally anybody, or somebody new that we haven't met yet. It could be anyone.
I'm not gonna create somebody out of thin air on the fly.
Well,
so
one thing you could do if you want to, I-Hsien, no pressure, is Red Raging has been in every. She's been like assigned to every like mission or secondary mission in the last like few days, and
no downtime.
So if you wanted to like do something with her, and she will be getting a break. So I don't know if that's a thing you might want to do something with.
Ooh, I like that idea. Yeah, I'm pulling up her bio. Okay, yeah. No, I like this. Okay, she's taking a well-earned break.
Okay. So this is Freria and Red Raging. So Red Raging is the company's heavy specialist, meaning that you had been frontline fighters in this battle almost certainly. So you were in the thick of it, and now you are getting a chance to take a break. Somebody else has taken over like picket duty and is keeping the camp safe. Now you are finally getting your chance to break, and Zora kind of turns to you and says, "Hold out your cups." And when you do, she pours from her horn and toasts you and says, "Tonight we celebrate for good."
For good. And when Freya takes a sip of it, I'm going to demonstrate the facial journey she goes through. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's very good.
I know why she's making that face.
Another. I can take it. And like her face is just instantly flushed.
In contrast, Red Raging, like, Zora tells you to do something. Of course she does it. Holds out a cup. She sort of looks down on her hands, and like her fingernails are caked with like black dirt, and like her hands are basically just filthy with the earth. And like Zora pours it, and she like knocks it back quickly, and then puts her hand out again to have it refilled, and then just sort of looks up at the chosen and like sort of apologetically is like, I have to keep digging graves.
Ah, yes. This is the sad part of our trade, but it is necessary. Every grave you dig for us is one more, 10 more, 100 more who will live once we defeat the Cinder King.
She knocks back the second one and then nods and sort of like with her head motions over toward one of the other specialists, Arun the sniper, and she says, yes, this one over here says that it is good math. So there is that.
Yes.
Hmm.
And so I don't think you have introduced yourselves. That's not really something you do to Zora.
Yeah.
And so I think unexpectedly she turns to Freya and says, Freya, with flawless pronunciation. Freya.
Yes, chosen. How can I help you?
You are new to combat, yes.
I am not that new to combat. I have done much fighting, just like everyone here.
And she kind of like stares you up and down. Yes. A career fighter, yes. A long life as a soldier, yes.
Yes. And she looks down at her cup, which she wasn't able to drain the second helping of this spirit. She sort of like pretended to knock it back the second time. And she sort of looks down and goes, yes, long career. Yes. How can I help you? Is there something I can do for you? I have a gun? And she like just looks down at her hands and then just looks away, realizing she has just completely screwed up this opportunity to speak like a rational or intelligent person.
Relax, my daughter. I wonder how do you find it? How do you find this life?
It is the life that we have to live right now. If we are not here, then other people are dying, and that is something I cannot abide. So I'm here to fight because I need to fight. This is the life for me.
This is good. This is why you are part of the Corps Undying. You are strong of heart.
And there's just like stars in Freya's eyes. You really think so?
Okay, at that point, I think we get interrupted by the commander.
Oh, Commander! I have a drink! And she hands her cup to the commander.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Don't know her name. Just trying to get around that aspect.
Mal is gonna lean.
Red Ridging stands when command staff.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Mal leans over and says to the commander, "That's rookie I-Hsien," like whispers to give him the hint.
Ah, yes. Yanova. You good fighting today.
Isla Lanova.
I'm Zemyati too, but obviously I'm from a different province because we don't have an accent where I'm from that's quite like that.
My village was very small in the mountains. You would not have heard of it. It did not have a name.
Ah, yes, the mountains. Yeah, Isla
Lanova.
Isla Lanova, of course. You did fine job today. Fine job fighting. If I may have a word with Zora. What do we call her?
Mal,
Does she have
sorry.
a title that we refer to her as, or?
So there are a couple names that people call Zora, but not all to her face.
Ha
So
I do not choose one of those names.
Mal calls her Madam Chosen, but I don't
Madam
know.
Chosen. That sounds good.
yeah, I think that makes sense. I think like something like Your Grace, right? Like something of like a like divine sounding title, I think is generic for a
Sure.
chosen, and
Okay.
that's fine.
She's the chosen of like your god.
She is, yeah. She's the chosen of the living God.
Yeah,
So
Of
she's
the
a-
Zenya- of
and,
the-
Of the
And
Zemyati.
and she's a Zemyati, yeah. But I think they call her the Fire, because she has that crown of flame.
She's got the crown and the sword.
Yeah, and so like, I think soldiers like from other regiments or other battalions would say like, oh, they're marching with the fire, right? It's just sort of a shorthand for like that's Zora's command.
Sure.
But I don't think anybody would call her that to her name because that is a little bit reductive.
Your Grace, I was just wondering what the plans are for the following day, week, month. We've been fighting relentlessly for the past few weeks, and it's beginning to wear on our people. We're recruiting from other regiments, and some of these recruits, like, they look younger and younger. And I kind of look at Freya.
And Freya is looking in any other direction.
Red Raging like stands fully like up. She's short, but she sort of like squares herself and is like, Commander, we're ready to fight as much as we need to, and if Her Grace commands it, we'll take the battle to the front again. And then she looks over at the rookie and is like, and Freya did a great job today.
I have the utmost confidence in every single legionnaire. I just wanted to know what the plans are, Your Grace, for the future.
So, everybody is now standing and looking very formal, like this is an inspection. And Zora, that is not Zora's intent, and she doesn't want that. So, like, she takes the shield off of her back and, like, with a mighty heave, just jams it into the mud, so that it's, like, just sticking upright. And then begins to, like, uses it almost like a stool. Right, she just kind of like is half sitting on it, right? Sort of in a more casual position. And as she says that, she says, "Tomorrow, we pursue, and we fight again, and the day after that, and the day after that, because we must get as much of the army out, back east, so that we can fight the Cinder King with power. This is our job. We pay with lives because we must sharpen our tools. We must harden our steel. We must prove that we will not be broken by the Cinder King."
Your Grace, I understand, but the longer you sharpen your tools, the less tools you have until you have nothing left at all.
And does anybody else say anything?
I don't think that's how sharpening works.
Shoot daggers at you, recruit.
And
Magic daggers from my eyes.
Nice. Madam Chosen, what the commander is trying to say is, what is it, Rudy? We want to keep moving? Is that what it is?
We want to move on.
What the commander is saying, Madam Chosen, is that we really have to keep moving. I've been running the numbers. I've been playing with configurations of squads every which way, and we are down 5 soldiers. It's getting tough. We have some soldiers who have fought in the past several skirmishes. We need to keep moving, and we hope that you'll respectfully hear our request. And then Mal takes a step backward.
I think Red Raging, who had been standing at this point, right? Command staff is here. The Chosen is here. She takes Zora's lead and shakes her mane, which she's Panyar, so it's an actual lion's mane of golden hair, and then basically flops down on the ground and reclines in the Panyar style, which is very comfortable on the ground. And then
wait, is this a paint me like one of your Panyar girls?
It's reclining and comfortable. Okay. You can pounce at a moment's notice in case a big cat shows up. And just sort of casually says, it would be great to take the Legion banner and lead it through the towns to the west. I would like to hear the cheers again. I wonder how many years it's been since that's happened.
Ah, yes, this banner. Given to you by the Emperor himself, yes?
Yes. I frown. She says it mockingly? How dare she?
You chase this banner. You recover this banner. You research this banner. You learn as much as you can. This banner is a symbol. You believe it is special. It is nothing until the blood of the Legion reinvigorates it, proves its value. Perhaps now that we have won these battles, now that we have driven back Render, now that Breaker has grown so frustrated, they will make mistakes. Now, when we march, our troops will say, yes, I will unite behind this banner. Until now, this banner was nothing. It was history. Living history, sure, but still history. Now, it is a symbol of power. It is a symbol of resistance. And at this point, she, like, fast as lightning, is at the commander's throat with a knife. And, like, calm, cool, like, sudden, like, she had that look of, like, a little drunk before. And now, like, you don't smell anything on her breath. You don't see any, like, blood in her eyes. Like, she looks perfectly calm and rational. And she says, Greymane, I believe in you, but you must be ready for everything at all times, or we will not make it through this. And then she tosses the knife kind of behind her, and it perfectly, like, pierces a canteen of just one of the other, like, rookies who's sitting around, like, kind of recovering. And then she steps away and says, but tonight we celebrate. Tomorrow, where shall we go?
Is she asking me, or is this like
Oh yeah, she's asking you. No, she's asking you.
Okay.
She's sort of like, I have made my point. No, that's my voice. She's like, I've made my point. Like, where would you have us go, Commander?
West, Rudy. We want to go west.
I thought we want to go east.
You want to go east.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's why he's commander.
The opposite direction.
And you're the heavy. Point your shield in the direction of the enemy. Yeah.
I think it's best if we continue headed east, but keep a fighting retreat and engage whenever enemy patrols come close.
Then we shall get there by the end of summer.
Well, summer and a tick, but all right.
Late summer, early fall.
Yeah.
We might get that tick back on the special mission. So
That's true.
Right, yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. So I think that's the scene. You have met Zora now.
Zora's not nice, guys.
As Zora is like walking away from this, Fred is just like, oh, she's so scary. Is it all right that I'm a little in love with her?
And Red Raging is just like, she broke Dar, and then walks away.
I think that Tatanika is watching from afar and is just like shaking her head at all these people who are so intimidated by Zora.
Oh yeah, that is.
I'm gonna go find One Eye and complain that she talked shit on the company's history for like 6 hours. Like, I was grinding my teeth when she was talking down our banner.
I don't think so. It's interesting that you think that, and maybe that's the way the commander feels. I don't think she was necessarily talking down the banner or the history. I think she was talking up the symbolism.
I think that she was talking about. The way I interpreted it was that she thinks now it is a symbol, but that before this, it maybe didn't really represent anything. And I think that the Corps Undying has a storied history and is one of the most respected mercenary bands in the entire countryside before this whole nonsense with the Cinder King began. So, like, we can go look some stuff up right now. I can tell you some great stories about the Corps Undying and how awesome we are, and how the banner has always been respected. So.
She doesn't know the banner comes with mechanical benefits. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
part of the game.
I think what she's telling you is that the fact that like you have like your deeds today, right? Like your deeds over the past like month are what have given it mechanical benefits, right? Like that banner rallies because it's now a symbol of victory today, not because it was a symbol of victory hundreds of years ago.
All right, well, now we have all seen Zora's notorious bedside manner.
Yeah, it involves putting a knife to the commander's throat, and I look at everyone, I'm like, I'm still a commander, guys. When someone threatens the commander, you're all supposed to take your swords out and
I
tell
spent
her to
all
stop.
my uses of anchor on the last mission. I got nothing.
Commander, what do we do when Zora gets you upset? You need to breathe. Backwards from 10 and breathe.
Where's my tea?
Yeah, Mal like has herbal tea ready for you after you talk to Zora.
Where's my
every
tea?
night.
Where's my cookies?
Right? All the Bartons are like, why is everyone so uptight?
And the Orites are like, this tea isn't even good.
That's not the point.
Okay. So I think, like with that, over the next like week or two, your marching definitely takes a decidedly westerly tack, as you are moving towards
Easterly.
You're right.
That
One
is
of those
twice.
directions.
That's why you're the commander.
Yeah.
And I'm the lowly GM.
That's why Zora's been marching us toward the undead this whole time.
So you head back west, right? Towards where you want to go, right? The next major stop is
East again.
East. You just said west.
Please kill me. You officially march east,
Yes.
towards Sunstrider Camp.
Nailed it.
There we go.
Map change.
Oh yeah. So right.
Jesus.
Over the next this is basically like 6 weeks, right? That like the Eastern Army has basically abandoned Plainsworth.
Hey, did they get overrun by undead? Plainsworth?
Yeah, but they've been
Cool.
overrun by undead before.
Well, I'm
That'll
happy.
be fine.
I hope not.
But you can see the undead line is kind of marching both up towards the mountains as well as just across the plains. And you are now, Sunstrider Camp is now not that far from the front line. Once again. And that's okay. But as you get to Sunstrider, so I think the thing that everybody knows about the Sunstrider Camp is the leader of the Sunstriders. So the Sunstriders are a group of they're like a horse clan, basically. Like they're a clan of riders.
Dothraki.
Sort of, yeah.
Bronies.
Yeah, those two combined. Actually.
Way better.
Those two combined.
And the Sunstriders are one of those clans, and they are led by one of the stronger chiefs, the Horse Lady Tsaga, Tsaga. She has taken charge, and like this camp is actually they're normally where they winter. They spend the summers kind of like riding around the Aldermani plains. But in the winter, like they kind of come to this place, and when the army marched through, they camped here, right, as like kind of a holdout. And now it is sort of extra fortified. It is still very much like fortified with what's nearby, but it's not necessarily permanent structures. But they've opened their door to refugees. They are providing food and shelter, like they're well stocked. And there are what's notable about them, what's kind of notable about the horse clans of the Aldermani Plains is they have a specific kind of horse, like a specific breed of horse called the Firemanes. They're sort of a red breed. They like when they're running at like full gallop, right? Like it kind of stretches out and it has this bright red sort of fiery look to their mane.
Auspicious. Just saying.
And like the cool thing about them, right? Like, because you've come through here once before, like the rumor, the legend is that the Firemane were either created by the Horned One as like an offspring of one of the Horned One's like creatures, or they were a blessing of a chosen. You know, like when the chosen left, like it infused a Firemane, and like then they became a breed. But so like they're seen as kind of like a good omen as well, like right, sort of they're seen as like a divine favor of the horse clans. And so like as you march in or around as it were, right, like you see lots of kind of refugees finding like moving through camps, like reunited families who thought they had been permanently separated right now are found. You also see like some of the Aldermani regiments, like the soldiers from the region are reunited with their families. And so like you see immediately like the discipline within the Aldermani soldiers is basically gone. In a lot of regiments, right, especially like in the area or from Plainsworth and things like that. But all of this is sort of marshaled and handled by various riders of the multiple horse clans now that have gathered here under Tisaga. And they're plainsfolk, right? They are like very tan. They're like the type of like they work out all day in the sun. Like that's their deal, is they ride horses all day, right? So they're very tan, very like leathery kind of skin, and they ride with silver tip spears and these beautiful horses, and like they ride like you walk, right? Like they're almost like second nature riding to them. And they confidently ride when other people are walking about in their camps. Like it's kind of interesting. They're not worried about fitting. But like, and then there's also like just sort of this like constant sound of hoofbeats, right? As like their riders are leaving the camp for patrols, or patrols are returning, and like it's a very active like sort of split between military and civilian, and like these regiments reforming and marching out. And you can also see like regiments are forming on two sides of the camp because they're splitting. Some of the troops of your army are headed north into the forests, while others are planning to go west. East, planning to go east to Westlake, and then on through like the southern route. So like you're seeing like just a camp that is alive, in a way that like Plainsworth was everyone kind of hunched down and like low and like curled up and, you know, like not welcoming in any way. Like this is alternatively sort of like where morale is restored. Like this is humanity. This is like the bleeding edge of humanity, right? Like acting like humanity. So it's a little bit uplifting even as you're riding it. And I think you guys get settled pretty easily. And it doesn't take long before Commander, you are able to get an audience with Tisaga, who, what do you know of her? Like, or actually as the command staff, right? Like what do you know of her? Because she was here when you marched through originally, a couple years ago.
She's very giving to refugees and those who have lost their homes by the Cinder King.
Well, I mean, personally, do you know her personally?
Do I know her personally?
Or do any of you know her personally?
I like her horses.
I'm
a big fan of horses.
You envy horses,
as we have.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Envy, but
you covet.
Covet, yes, that's the word.
Okay.
I covet her horses. Yes, that we had an agreement that I would get a dozen fine horses on my way back after having won the battle at
Ettenmark.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I walk over sheepishly.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, so in that case, I think she rides out to meet you.
Okay.
And she's she's kind of playful, right? She is smiling as you march into camp, and she rides up and she says, "Oh, Greymane, you're back. And do I owe you the 12 horses now? Have you won?"
Just say yes. She
Is
doesn't
this
know.
what victory looks like?
I just grumble. I don't even say words. It's just a steady flow of.
Ride with me for a bit. We should talk.
Okay. I look at Mal. Mal, come too.
Agreed. I'll do the talking. Keep it.
Ash comes too, even though he's not invited.
Okay. Oh, Ash.
Um,
Also,
Cat.
Deputy Quartermaster.
yeah, as the deputy quartermaster, would you also like to tag along?
Yeah,
Okay.
I suppose.
Well, who is the deputy quartermaster? Let's start there.
The deputy quartermaster is Contessa Livia Lopiro. And she is a alright noble who did some questionable things and then ran from those questionable things, and now she's here.
That is a more common story in the Legion than you would think.
Yeah.
What is it about the Contessa, that makes her like a good quartermaster? Like, why is she entrusted with quartermasterly duties by the Countess?
Oh, because she does not take anybody's bullshit. She is
Okay.
just like stone cold, totally like she looks at the hard line, and even if you like have a really good reason for wanting something, if it does not meet up with that hard line, she is just like, no, you can't have that. You can't do that. Sorry. Fuck you.
Yeah, as we're riding off, I look at Mal, and then I'm like, I'd see her with us, and I go, I meant the other one, the baker. Bring the baker with us is what I meant.
I like it's like, if you want logistics, join the army. Like, the Legion makes do. Black shot next week. Okay, yeah. So you ride off, and she is joined by a couple of her lieutenants as well. And yeah, she basically wants to get right into missions. Basically, like, what is out there that you can help. Because she is kind of like the conductor of an orchestra of just people coming and going, and her like riders going out and then coming and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she basically like, we knew you were coming, and there's a few things that I could really use a sharp spear for.
All right, well, I owe you one for not winning the war.
Have you heard about the bandits?
I have not heard about the bandits. So
I think Mal is going to lean over in Commander's ear and be like, there's a bandit queen camp in the Western Mountains, and has access to the Western Eastern roads, and like whisper. I think that's going to be like Mal's thing with the commander now.
It's like,
And Ash off to the side is just very quietly mouthing the same words as Mal, but like not to anybody in particular.
yes.
He read
Bandit
that
queen.
dossier too.
Self-declared, I believe. Bandit queen. How does that usually work? I like it, Mal.
Yeah, well, it's not an elected position. you
Okay,
know?
yeah,
Hey, if the Orites can do it.
Right.
True.
that's true.
I resent that remark.
What? Huh?
So she says, perfect, you've heard of her. Well, they're in the mountains. They launch their raids. They harass my patrols. They attack the refugees. They rob them blind. They enrich themselves. They're demanding that practically every group that we send out, we need to ride with for miles. It takes days of extra effort just to get people safely on the road. And frankly, I would rather use the clans against the dead, and yet here we are protecting ourselves against the living. If you can find her and reason with her, she could be helpful against the undead. But if you can't, just kill her, and then at least we can fight the undead. We can stop with her preying on the refugees. We could go make a difference. Buy more time.
And what will our payment be for rendering these services to you?
Are we not fighting for the one payment that we all need?
The one payment that I need comes in the forms of goods or services or gold.
Horses.
An army cannot run on hopes and dreams and valor.
I like this quartermaster. Now I know who the power behind the throne is.
Don't tell Zora.
And the Saga says, you are more than welcome to whatever it is you can negotiate from the queen, or whatever you take from her, of course. Don't let those supplies go to waste. But I don't have anything to offer you other
Yes,
than
you do.
All right.
other than the benefit of time.
No, I think I have a very much more tangible payment in mind, and it comes in the form of one of these fine horses. Now, I understand the commander made an ill-advised bargain with you, but I believe we can come to an arrangement where instead of a dozen for an entire war won, we can have one for the price of a bandit queen.
Ask for 2 that can breed.
And should we be able to talk her into a more sensible arrangement, one in which nobody needs to die, we shall have 2 horses.
Consider it done.
I appreciate your easy bargaining.
All right, shall we discuss the next problem that we're facing?
Yeah.
So this one I think is a little more just background, right? Like kind of compiled from like intelligence that you have gathered, that your scouts have gathered, as well as like reports coming from the other units, right? That she's kind of validating more so than necessarily like her new information. So the background here is that Bone Render, of course, the Broken, is clearly growing more frustrated with his lack of progress. Like you have stymied him. You stymied him for months, even at the Tigerius River, when he expected to be, halfway across the continent by the end of summer. And so instead of, continuing strategically and rationally, he has clearly given over to his rage. And it's impacting his judgment. So the reports that you have heard and sort of the behavior that you have witnessed is that instead of marching his troops en masse, he is freeing bands of his elites, of his Knights of the Black Oak, of the Heartless, of Thorns, to patrol and harass the countryside. Like they are acting as opportunistic as you were, except the difference is they are not coordinated, right? They aren't striking with purpose. They're lashing out. And so she turns to you and says, and of course you know about Render's recent mistakes, his recently adopted change in strategy.
Yes, seems foolish. It's not the great commander that he once was. The Cinder King's corruption is cruel in many ways.
Depending on who you ask, it is perhaps the Legion's doing, frustrating him that has caused his change. But
I guess depends on who you ask. I don't want to, toot my own horn.
Oh, Greymane, humility is such a fine look on you.
Thank you.
Ash is just like, it just whispers to mouth. Did they date?
It's a long story. I'll tell you at another time.
Okay.
She says, so one of his bands has ambushed a company of Bartons on their way up towards the forest. They're a day or two out on the northern road, and we received a messenger from them. They've repelled, they've entrenched, but they need aid in order to break the stalemate, or eventually Render's troops will wear them down. And they'll be lying in wait on the road for the next set of refugees or the next regiment to roll through. And I think that's something that you have a reputation for, turning the tides.
It's not untrue, but
And then lastly, we're getting reports now of disturbing developments out of Stormbreaker's camps. A grotesque pillar comprised of the still screaming bodies of the townsfolk constructed in the center square of each of these villages across the plains. As she takes them, she seems to round up the village, the townsfolk, and put them to this grotesque purpose.
Appalling waste of resources.
Someone needs to ride back west, find one of these columns, figure out its purpose, and tell us, warn us, what the hell is she up to?
That is much more disturbing to me than patrols of knights just killing people and cornering some Bartons. No offense to Bartons. They're fine. But,
They're none here.
They're here.
Yeah. You know, their tea is actually not very good.
Mal narrows his eyes at all of you.
I think the Bandit Queen... Okay. Here's what the commander thinks. Bandit Queen could be really good in terms of helping stall our... helping with our retreat. So then it's not us fighting everybody, because it seems like she's got hit and run tactics down. And they have horses too?
Yeah, you think.
Right? Did she say that? Did Saga say that they're attacking on horses too? Like, that's kind of how they're doing it?
She did not say that.
Okay.
But I mean, if they cover enough ground,
if
they clearly
they're
must
like
have
outmaneuvering these people, then
Yeah,
Right.
although our intel, I believe, has revealed that she probably won't part with horses while she is alive.
Yeah, so I mean, these are the missions, right? So
Yeah.
and I know you guys have seen the rewards, but the rewards for the Bandit Queen mission, so that was the special mission that you paid for last week.
Yes, I spent intel.
Yep. So that's an assault mission. The rewards are +2 morale, and if you kill Falca, the Bandit Queen, you will gain +2 supply and horses. If Falca is allied with, you will gain -1 time, and pressure will not increase.
Yeah. So.
And then whatever you negotiate from Falca.
Oh, you mean
as well,
like
right?
the passive pressure that we always get for time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really a priority because we have Zora's ability.
Right.
But...
Well, last time you rolled a 6.
Yeah, I know. We're at the end of
All
summer
right.
because of pressure.
All right.
And then
Roll 2 6s, so.
and then the penalties there are none.
Yes. Good.
For the second mission, the assault mission to save the Bartons, that is +2 morale, +1 intel if you succeed, and +1 pressure, +1 time if you fail.
But we're already maxed on morale, we feel like.
Yes.
And then mission 3 is that's the recon mission. That is +1 intel, -1 time if you're successful, and +1 pressure if you fail.
So that's -1 time too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay.
So I think we're doing the special mission as primary.
Yeah.
That's
Special
all.
mission is primary, definitely. And
We've
then-
decided all this ahead of time. And
Yeah, we have. Listen, Ishan, I'm trying to act like I don't know.
Sorry.
We'll act more actively.
Okay, yeah. So my thinking was that losing, it's more of like the penalties are the problems, because if we fail the recon mission, then we lose time, and that's bad. So we want to do that one, and then we can lose the second assault mission, fail that, and then gain the pressure, but it doesn't even matter because
Yeah.
So that was my thinking.
And then the other thing is like your specialists to handle 2 assault missions. That's
That's another good point, yeah.
much bigger burden on your injured specialists
Yeah.
than if you take a recon mission, which is a little lighter.
Yeah. So that's it. We're gonna do primary, find the bandit queen and chat her up, see if we can work something out. And secondary, find out what these weird body towers are.
All right. So Sally, what is Mal? Who is Mal sending along on these missions? 'Cause we made an interesting choice this time.
We did. So on this primary assault mission is going to be Arun, our sniper, and he's actually going to be in charge. He's the ranking specialist in the squad. He is going to be taking along the Ember Wolves, which consist of a few people whose names you might know: Tatanika Keenknife, Leonin Daniovna, and Freya Isalanovna.
Islavanova.
Yes, exactly.
area.
Yeah, and Mal did some moving around of soldiers and did a bit of a restructuring. I explained earlier that it's like when your company does restructuring and makes you think it's actually a good thing. That's what Mal tried to do here. Mal was like, listen, you all have such special skills. It's important that we move you around. Tatanika and Leonin are going to be really inspiring to the rookie squad, to the Ember Wolves. So they're going to move over there and they're going to crush it with Arun. And then the Ghost Owls are going to go on our recon mission, and Slippery Peter is going to be in charge of them.
Nice.
And Ash will be like, that sounds great, but one, Slippery Peter's in charge.
I think he just needs that responsibility, and he's gonna, stand up and.
Above the table, it doesn't make any sense for us to send the medic along with him, right? Because all that does is put her in harm.
She'll gain XP.
Yeah.
She'll gain
that's
XP.
Oh, she'll gain XP.
I don't know
we
where
could
she
send the medic too, right?
What's that?
What's that?
We could send the medic too on the secondary.
Yeah, where she's kind of close to gaining. She's on a 6. Do they still only gain 2 XP, Shane, or do they gain more?
Specialists always gain 2.
Yeah.
The trick is that secondary missions promote if you roll a 6 or a crit.
Right.
So that they will promote
without dying.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. So like it doesn't help us.
It doesn't help the specialists. Okay.
But it gets them XP.
Yeah.
Right.
She's halfway filled.
I mean, in the fiction, Ash is like, I think we should definitely send the medic along with Slippery Peter.
You do have to send a second specialist or you take a penalty. So,
okay.
Like a second specialist needs to go along. It doesn't necessarily have to be.
All right, it could be Red Raging, but
Azure.
she kind of deserves the day off.
Or I think Ananika, the officer, is also in good
And she
shape.
could use XP too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with Ananika.
Yeah,
Okay,
she'll keep
yeah.
either in line.
Wait,
That's a good
Ananika
idea.
can be in charge.
Yeah. Oh, that's a much better idea.
Yeah.
Don't trust any man named Slippery.
It's his given name. It's weird.
First name Slippery, last name Peter.
Yeah. Your name
And
is
then Ash will
Contessa,
also
his
be
name
like-
is Slippery.
As for this most important mission, not to second guess you, but we're only sending one specialist. And look, the Barton is the warmest of Bartons, I have heard. Okay, and he makes a mean cup of not very good tea. Sure, and he's a dead shot. That's great. The others, though, this Keenknife, I don't know if you've heard, but I'm pretty sure she's well, we Panyar call it taking a walk in the forest, hanging out with the lions, practicing the Panyar battle cry. You know what I mean? Which, of course, is come back with your dream moss or on it.
Oh.
Ash, I am aware, and I understand your reservations, and I appreciate them. I do think that, I know that Leonin looks up to Arun, and I think that together they'll set a good example for Tatanika. And I'm hoping that, Tatanika went through a lot in the last mission, and I'm hoping that this is going to be kind of a little bit of an equalizer for her. And, perhaps I'm dreaming big there, but I think she can handle it.
Maybe she comes back to center. I trust you on this. Just voicing concerns. I'm glad they were heard.
Well, I always appreciate input, so I thank you for bringing that to me.
I think I'm just feeling a little like I kind of wish I'd picked horse instead of snake. Anyway, it's a pain in your thing. Don't worry about it.
And then so for people tracking along with the game mechanics at home, the reason we're taking 3 rookies, we're playing 3 rookies on the primary mission instead of playing a second specialist is because we want to get as much XP for those rookies as possible. And also just for convenience, we had Kat roll up a rookie in advance because it was a little easier mechanically. Mm-hmm. So here we are, 3 rookies. They're going to do great shit. And also Freya has a kind of a cool ability as a rookie. She took the Just a Kid special ability. So whenever someone suffers harm to protect her, they mark XP.
Nice.
And then if she survives and becomes a soldier, she actually replaces that ability with something else. So she gets, a second free ability, which is cool.
Great.
That's cool.
I'm glad Tatanika knows about that, actually.
I don't know that everybody on the mission knows that necessarily. But that is
knows that she's just a kid, or knows that she has an ability.
Knows that she's just a kid.
Gotcha.
That's
right, because it's not obvious.
She is 35.
Oh, okay.
So you're like the Ukrainian
all the
orphan?
rookies are old.
Love an old rookie.
Okay, cool. So I think we can...
Kit, right?
Yes. Yes. How do we approach this? Because we want to talk, right?
Hold on. You have intel questions too.
Oh,
if you
yes.
want to do those as
So
part of the planning
you didn't.
stuff.
So we have 0 intel because I
Okay.
spent it to get this mission.
So you have 1 intel question to ask from
We
the
do.
0 list.
Yeah, and I don't think Ash, you that's fine because you're
Not
getting
yet.
another
Soon.
one. That's
I am
totally-
planning on recruiting an interrogation specialist.
Okay, I like that. I like the way that sounds. So let me just find my list of questions that I can ask. I mean, we talked about this off stream. We have a pretty good idea of how we want to approach this. So asking about the approaches is probably not the question we want. Let's see. Sorry, I should have had these up.
I'll go ahead. So at 0 intel, you can ask what's the highest threat we can expect? How much travel should we expect? What would be a useful item to bring? What are 2 approaches we could use here? How's our chosen feel about the mission? Which squads distrust or don't respect the leadership?
I'm kind of curious about the threat, to be honest, because we're not facing any of the broken. So I think knowing like how tough the queen is, or if she has like any special like elite troops herself, that could be interesting. I mean, we don't plan on fight. Like we discussed trying to make an alliance and not just assassinate her. But if things go awry and we need to, then it'd be good to know how difficult that might be.
Yeah. I would also say the other question might be what would be a useful item to bring on this mission.
Maybe she would like a
helpful
gift.
for the quartermaster.
Yeah.
Oh, right, like bottle of wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I think.
She likes gifts. Horses?
Well, yeah. I mean, is that the question you're going to ask?
What do you guys think? Do you want to do? I mean,
if the goal is to not kill her, I think the better
The
question is how do we bargain with her?
yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, that question is what 2 approaches work here.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
don't
keep
we already
thinking
know
of
what 2
approaches a
approaches
little
work. One is kill her. One is bargain with her.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will give you I am alternative, like the bargain. Like I will give you 2 approaches for bargaining with her.
Okay.
Is that
Interesting.
fair? Like you kind of have an idea of what direction you want to go. I'll give you 2 approaches for that.
Okay, I like that then. Does that work? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Give me the approaches, Game Master.
So you named one of them. That would be bribery. The other would be to like a show of force. Right. So if you like basically bully her into line is the alternative.
Yeah, just wing her.
Well, I mean, probably not her directly, but like the bandits themselves, right? Like she is not queen of anybody if they are not loyal to her. So if you
Interesting.
like, beat up enough bandits or whatever, right? Like,
All right, who's the best at arm wrestling?
Yeah.
I think that's Red Raging. Let's just send Zora.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
when I say force, I mean kill some of them and then say, I'll kill all of you. That's really what I mean
Yeah.
by force, not arm wrestling.
That's
But
Arm
I don't know,
wrestling is
maybe
the
arm
best way to settle military disputes.
yeah.
That's what they did at Yalta.
Old as time. I think bribery would probably be the better approach then.
Cool.
I
Then
guess
I
it
mean, I think
depends on our
it tells you
role.
what you should bring,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so we shouldn't go heavy. Oh, I guess.
I mean, we
right?
can go heavy, right? Just
Yeah. I mean,
we're
but
gonna
heavy,
show up and
like,
ring a bell and be like, "Hey, here's a present."
and also we're armed to kill you if you don't take our present.
Mm-hmm.
That might be deterrent to killing us.
That
What?
That's
Yeah.
the badge and the gun, right?
What do we have to bribe her with?
Yeah, that's my question as well.
We could spend horses, right?
If only the Juicero was up and running.
Or I don't know. Do we have horses to spend?
Well,
You do
if-
not have
no,
horses to
we're
spend.
spending those
Ah.
on the secondary.
So interesting enough, I was gonna say that Blackshot doesn't make a whole lot of sense here,
But
but it is an assault mission,
Mhm.
and if you equip Blackshot in order to give it to her, right, so that she is better equipped to fight the dead,
mhm.
that seems like it would probably work. But
Okay.
you'd be spending the Blackshot up front.
That's
It
okay.
might, you might not get to the negotiation phase, and then it would be wasted. But it'll give you the,
I think that's still good. I think that's fine. Just spend the black shot. Is that quartermaster has? We don't have access to that, so
yeah. I'll mark it.
can you mark it? Thank you.
Okay, so we want to spend the Blackshot for
Yeah,
that.
spend the black shot. That's a good gift. That's a
Okay.
great gift.
Do we mark that in our load when we?
We would normally.
You
but-
would,
but not for this. Okay.
yeah, it would be free in your load, but we're kind of using it less as an item and more as like a thing you're like, I don't know, bringing a crate of more so
Right.
than like distributing to everybody.
Cool.
Sarah from chat, my friend, just gave us 100 bits, which gives
Ooh,
us another
yes.
question.
One
if we
more
want
to
to
Nice.
spend that.
And what level is that? 0 or 1?
It's still 0.
Yeah, let's do 0 or 1. I think that's fine.
Oh, thank you, Shane.
Well, you don't have,
And I'm still curious about the threat, but that's a 0. But I'm just looking at what's a challenge. So what's useful to bring? We already got that. Who's invested in this mission? What's a challenge we might face on this mission? Which broken troops? What about that? What resources or benefits might we find at a specific location ahead? What might be in something to leave? Okay. There's more questions about broken. I guess what's a challenge we might face on this mission? Or if we want to know, like, literally with the threat, we could ask, what's the highest threat? What do you guys think?
I
I'm
feel
perfectly
like-
happy with either of those.
Yeah, but I feel like we kind of know what the highest threat is gonna be.
So, threat is actually a term used for, like,
Huh?
enemy strength. in
Like
this
it's a
game.
number.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it also tells us how much XP we'll get if we survive.
Indeed. I think that question was better if you weren't sure which mission you were going to do. You're kind of locked into this mission anyway, so I don't know how valuable that is.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter ultimately. What we're facing is what we're facing. But that might determine how much, like, whether we want to take armor or our load.
I think we should just
That's
go
true.
heavy.
You think we should just go heavy?
Like walk in the front door.
Hey, want some stuff? Take it or we'll shoot you. You can either take the shot or
I mean,
take
actually,
the shot.
well, I mean, that's really more Tatanika speaking than
That's
Ash.
true. That's- okay, well then maybe we'll ask what's a challenge we might face on this mission because it's more loosey-goosey and
Oh, yeah.
it might be something else. Like, so.
Yep. So I think from the plan that you've kind of sketched now, the challenge you're going to face is finding their camp.
Interesting.
So you're right, like in terms of the light planning that we do of kind of deciding approach, you need to figure out how are you going to find their camp, because right now you don't know where the bandits are located to go talk to the queen.
Let's see. I'm looking at Arun. He has a point in scout. Does anyone else have scout? Any of your rookies?
Varia does.
No.
1 tick or
1 tick.
okay. The other. Do you want to do the old?
Oh man, one of the. I guess it doesn't. It's going to be an NPC. Viscount Blas Garasi has 2 in scout.
Oh,
It doesn't matter when it's an NPC, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Rookie?
Yeah. They would just
Oh,
roll as
one of the Ember Wolves. Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
We could do the old rig. Maybe rig. No, I was gonna say look like a merchant caravan.
So I think you also have
let's see when we
research and
get there.
consort,
Okay.
right? I
Research
mean,
would
you could figure this out
Consort
sort of
would work?
like before your engagement. Yeah, I think if you consort to gather information beforehand,
Okay.
right,
yeah.
you might learn something,
Oh, like hang out in Sunstrider and ask around.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leonin has a consort as well as a rig.
Yeah, everyone should have
And-
1 point.
and
in
Tatanika.
consort. Yeah.
Double consort.
Oh, night. Right. Yeah.
Does anyone have 2 pips in consort?
Mm-hmm. Tatanika.
Oh, okay.
Tatanika does.
Good. Yeah.
And
I'm
Arun
sure
has
it's
double
consort.
sway, so
That's true. Okay. Okay.
Cool. So we wanna roll that as like a gather information.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
Tatanika,
Cool.
go for it. Please tell us the lore of how you.
are we doing that now?
Finest
Are we?
Did we do engagement or no?
Yeah,
Let's do this before engagement, and then like that'll inform. Then we'll roll engagement, and that'll tell us where we start.
Gotcha.
Cool.
That makes sense.
In that case, so it's just Tatanika rolling this, or are we doing a group with?
Yeah, I was about to say, can I assist?
You can, but it's
Yeah.
going to cost you stress before the mission starts. So
Oh, you're right. I'm a rookie. I
Right.
don't want to do that.
yeah,
I'm so small and squishy. I can't take the stress.
All right. Tatanika thinks this is kind of a waste of her time, so she's not going to push. She's like, really? Walk around the camp? Fine, whatever. That is a 5.
Okay. That was. I mean, I think that was basically a fortune roll, so I think that's
Right, yeah,
fine. The information that you get, you are able to. This is Tatanika, so I don't think she deals with civilians anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think she is over that. She is kind of. She's gone native, or that's the wrong way to put that. But like, she is now a soldier through and through,
Mhm.
right? And she only wants to talk to soldiers now. So she has consorted a bit with some of the riders, right? Some of the horse clan riders.
Yeah, she's trading tales, right? They want to know. Tell us like what's going on in the front. What amazing things did you do? And of course, they're swapping stories of the amazing things that they've been doing. And she's like, sure, okay, cool. I blew up a bridge, but whatever.
And yeah, and they tell her, like one of the like a couple of the spots I think that are known for bandit raids, right? Like there are certain stretches of the road where they kind of, it doesn't always happen, but there is a much higher likelihood that they happen. So if you were to kind of ride along that area, sort of off the road, you might be able to find one of these raiding parties of bandits.
Oh, and just beat the location out of them. Yeah, that's easy.
Beat the location out of them, or just follow them back to their
or beat the location
wherever they
out of
go.
them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But for Tatanika, yes, that is absolutely right. For the rest of you,
Right,
you have
she
a decision
says
to make
to
when
them,
you
yeah.
get there. Yeah. And that what we'll do, let's go ahead and roll engagement, and then depending on how well you do on that, you may have a choice or you may not have a choice.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice. Wait, so quartermaster loadout, right?
Yeah, so I think we said heavy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. What is Crimson Shot?
Crimson Shot is,
You don't get to do that yet.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's like
Oh, that's
extra
right.
sniper.
It's got a special icon next to it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think it causes you stress to use, but then it does like extra
no,
damage.
you need to buy it as an ability to even take one crimson shot with you on a mission, and when you
See
shoot it, it's a threat 4 attack, and you take an automatic trauma.
You
Oh,
take
shit.
a trauma?
Take a trauma. That is probably, I think, how a rune dies.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
Assuming he gets to live long enough to shoot a threat 4, drop 3 aims, bullet.
right.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
that's a lieutenant or a broken killer.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And a sniper killer. It's a good trade.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's good math. Ugh.
Okay. All right, Sally. Let's go through our questions here and
Cool.
get our engagement roll going.
Okay, are all on the mission oath sworn to the Legion?
Yes.
Yes.
Did the commander spend 1 intel to give you foresight and info?
No.
Is everyone on the mission a specialist or soldier?
No.
Does any legionnaire distrust the leadership or not fear them enough to obey orders on the battlefield?
I do not think so.
Oh.
But Tatanika's getting close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tatanika's a question mark. Are required specialists or equipment not on the mission?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, you're missing a specialist, right?
I
You
thought you
rolled-
said you'd waive
Yeah, but-
that for us, Shane.
Oh, you're right. I did. Haha.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Phew. Did this is an assault mission, yeah?
Yes.
Did the quartermaster equip the soldiers with black shot?
So I think you are
Hmm.
spending the black shot as a negotiating
Yeah.
tool. So I'm gonna say you aren't equipped with it.
Okay, so
That's
no.
fair.
Yeah.
Is any legionnaire starting the mission wounded?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we have 0 dice to roll
Sweet.
for this engagement roll.
That's fine. It's all fine.
We just show up risky. Tatanika's like, great. I'll just make. I'll just succeed at desperate rolls. Whatever.
Ooh. Oh, you rolled a 4 and a 3,
Yeah.
and we take the lowest because it
Yeah.
was 0. So this is the first time that we have actually rolled desperate.
Nice. Oh, can we talk about who we're all playing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mission
yeah. So let's-
screen. So we play musical chairs with characters. I am playing the sniper Arun Arani, who previously I-Hsien has played every session.
Every week. Yeah.
Exclusively, yeah.
And you didn't do a voice, right?
In my head, I did.
Okay.
Look, he makes tea. He's a nice guy.
Sure. All right. He's a nice guy. Yeah. All right.
He
And-
keeps doing things and insisting he's a Warren Barton.
Just
Keeps
like
telling you.
blowing
Just for the
people's
XP.
heads off. Yeah.
It's
I-Hsien,
worth 1 XP every time.
you are playing Tatanika Keen Knife,
Who previously has
played
been
by-
played by Sally,
Mhm.
who is our reckless rookie who really feels like she's going to save the day and cannot die.
Yep.
I'm playing Leonin Daniovna, who's the nephew of Greymane.
Mhm.
He is really looks up to Arun, is kind of obsessed with Arun being his mentor. And he did really well in Operation Shattered Mountain. I can't remember if it was him or Adhikar that actually took down Elia, but he got in a really good shot either way.
I thought it was him.
Was it? Okay, I wrote down Adhikar, but you wrote down Leonin, so
Ooh.
I don't remember. I remember grabbing a claymore and just running into the mass of zombies and exploding.
Hey, viewers, someone watch an old episode and let us know.
I'll rewatch. But either way, Leonin is like, he's green, but he's feeling really good about how he did last time.
And then Kat.
And I'm playing Freya Isla who is, she does not ever give a consistent age, but any age that she says is a lie. She is eager and actually a very good shot, but like she's got like these big doe eyes and this like little pointy face and like is the size of a 15-year-old. But she says she's like, and anytime somebody asks her age, she will give a different number, and none of them are anywhere close to being believable.
I think what's also cool about Freya, given her what is actually a very low number for her real age, is that she barely remembers, if at all remembers, what life was like before the Cinder King. Like
Yeah.
she's like one of those post 9/11 kids, right? Like who doesn't remember what life was like when things felt normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is all she's known. So I think that's an interesting character compared to kind of the grunts and older, career soldiers and whatnot around her.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So we rolled desperate position. And I think there's only one way that works, which is you go to a spot that is well known by the various members in the camp for bandit attacks, and when you go to try to sneak up on them, they see you coming, and in fact they are charging down at you. They are in fact on horseback, but they like as you are sort of creeping through, like sort of on the edge of a wood line, let's say it's sort of in like some of the foothills of those mountains, close to the road, like kind of around a blind curve, let's say. They are sort of, you are creeping along sort of a tree line that runs maybe a couple 100 yards off the road, and they come out of like a sort of ravine or something like that where you didn't have great line of sight, and they are charging at you on horseback. There are actually a decent number of them, like a dozen of these bandits are charging towards you on horses, blades drawn, rifles at their shoulder, like little carbine rifles at their shoulder, getting the jump on you, taking the first shot. So I'm going to say we'll put that on the rookies, actually. Like the rookies are probably the ones who don't maintain the discipline, and are the ones who kind of get caught out. So they're going to have harm coming at them, a level 1 harm.
Okay.
Unless somebody needs to step in to protect them, or they will die in the first salvo of rifle shots.
So is this like a protect action?
Yeah, somebody needs to protect them, and then you will take the harm, and then of course you can use armor and resist and all of that stuff as normal.
I mean, Tatanika's gonna ride out in front, like pull her saber out and like fucking charge.
No.
Gotta show the rookies how to do this.
Freya wants to do that, but is shoved back in the protected action.
Okay, so Katanika's taking the protect.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. So
I mean, unless someone is like, trying to stop her or whatever, but even then that might not stop her.
Okay. No.
Yeah, Sally, were you gonna?
I was just gonna say nothing that would affect this. I was just gonna say that Leonin is gonna look at Arun like pleadingly to like tell them what to do or save them.
Oh, well, they're gonna take harm, right? So I figured it'd probably be better to protect them. I was planning on trying to sway these guys to try and I was gonna make a show of putting my weapon on my back. Hey, we're parlay kind of a thing. But if Shane, you says they are going to be hitting the rookies.
Oh, they're going. Yeah, no. So
yeah,
you roll desperate position, which
yeah.
means you don't get to set the terms of this fight, and it's a fight.
Go for it, Tatsunika. Go fight him.
So the protect action, does that mean I take the harm instead?
Yes. So the protect action means you take whatever the consequence is now directed at you.
Right, and you said it'd be level 1 harm, right?
Yeah.
It's level 1 harm, which is just gunshot.
Do you have a shield and armor?
Yeah, armor and
okay.
shield. Yeah.
You guys are heavily.
Yeah.
Also, she's tough and she can just ignore the penalties from level 1 harm. But I don't think she's quite reckless, but not stupid. So yeah, I think Tatanika is just gonna spur her horse, pull saber, spur horse, and charge in front of these dumbfounded rookies and raise her shield. And it just, I think the shield basically gets shredded by shot, and then she just tosses it aside.
I like it.
Very cool.
So I think it's probably a wooden shield that is reduced to splinters.
Right, and then she just looks back at them and is like, "That's how it's done." And then she actually she has a bond with Arun, right? She has a piece of Barton jewelry on her thumb that he gave her, but she's just giving him sort of a questioning look, you were gonna just let them die?
All right.
She doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
She's not insubordinate right now.
Leonin's
and then I'm gonna nonchalantly hip shot one of the charging forward. You make eye contact with me, okay, and just bam, and try and shoot one.
Yeah, I think because you are in a desperate position, you're not going to be able to really get a full salvo off on them in response before they are clashing
Within
into you with
skirmish.
blades.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I think like a rune being a sniper can probably get a shot. I don't think anybody else is going to get a shot before you're basically skirmishing.
That seems fair.
So a rune, go ahead and do that, and then we'll find out what happens next.
And we're still in desperate position, right?
Yeah, you're still in desperate position, so that marks an XP.
Boom. And that fills his prowess. Cool. Standard effect.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, standard effect, desperate position.
Don't need to push. 114. So 4.
4. Okay. We should talk about. I know who Arun shot, but we should talk about what the kind of how they look, right? Because you see, kind of riding towards you, there are like a small squad of bandits on horseback. There are like 6 of them. Then there is one larger one who is not carrying any type of rifle, but does have a very large axe kind of in his hand. We'll call him the Brute. And then there is
Bandit Queen, cool.
And then there is very clearly a leader who is pointing, has like a pistol in her hand, but is pointing them onward and shouting at them to move forward. And they're all kind of charging at you. So I'm guessing I know which one you were shooting at, but for the sake of completeness, who of that group would Arun be targeting as the sniper?
Dude, leader?
I mean, makes sense to me.
Okay. I was very frightened I would say the wrong answer. Okay.
I mean, either so.
Is this her? Is this the lady?
Definitely not. No.
Okay.
This is definitely no.
Then
This
yeah,
is
who
a
cares
this is
what
a
you-
raiding party.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the question for Arun is like, who would you like? You are attacking them. You are planning to defeat them and beat the answer out of them, right? So who would you leave alive to do that? So maybe you would shoot the more
brute.
brutish guy,
Yeah.
who looks like muscled, tougher, versus like kind of the smaller.
Yeah,
sort of
that would make
commander
sense.
type.
To bring her back, one of her
That's
officers.
an Arun question, not a strategic one.
He's a nice guy. He believes in keeping the chain of command alive, even if it's the enemy. No, that makes no sense.
Nope,
he hates
that's-
them. He wants to
that's
shoot
not
the
right.
leaders. He wants to shoot officers. He's a sniper. I shoot the officer.
Sniper.
And Tatiana,
Yes.
did you take a XP when you protected me?
I don't think I rolled. Oh, right, because you're just a kid. Yes.
I'm just a kid.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, and there's the clocks for them.
Anywhere?
The leader is
Go
the 6,
anywhere?
the brute is an 8.
Tatanike is so close to being a soldier.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Keep protecting me.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna get her dead.
Okay, so the brute, Arun is threat 2, and the brute is also threat 2. So that will just be the regular. Wait, you do it. There's a consequence: severe harm, serious complication occurs. Yeah, so it's the normal effect, which will be 2 ticks. Which I will do here.
fine,
The
fine.
consequence, the serious complication is, I think, what everybody was expecting here, which is that the bandits clash into you. Right? They are naturals on horseback, if you will. And I think one of you is thrown from your horse. Who is it?
Could be Leonin.
And you guys can resist this too. You roll.
Okay, I'll resist this.
Okay.
I get a +1 to all resistance rolls.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I think this is probably going to be prowess because this is physically holding on to the reins of your horse and like keeping your horse in control, which feels like a prowess thing.
I have 4 ticks in prowess resist because I get a bonus for that too. So
It can't be you because you were shooting.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
this
I was
is
gonna say.
I get 5 because I have 4 plus.
Oh, okay.
Holy crap.
Okay, cool. Roll 5.
I built lean in, by the way. 6.
I got a 6. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you don't take any stress. So this is cavalry combat, right? Which is basically like the horses pretty much run into each other and like a joust, right? And like people are trying to poke each other with sabers, and like a pistol goes off. The bandit brute is swinging this gigantic axe. Kind of comical actually, because he doesn't have like great footing for this. But it's such like an intimidating weapon. If it were to catch somebody, they would just be wrecked. But you are able to like absorb this kind of like the saber clatters off as you manage to get it up in the last second. You kind of dip behind your horse and nearly fall out, but manage to like scramble back into your stirrups. Horse stuff. And yeah, so I think it's on you then, Leonin. How do you respond from this? Because I think there's let's say it's the brute, actually. Let's say it's the brute who charges into you, and you are now kind of mano a mano.
I think Leonin's going to shoot his musket at the brute.
So you're in like point blank range.
Leonin is going to swing his sword at the brute.
Okay. So that's a skirmish.
Yeah. I was going for shoot because I had an extra tick in there.
Yeah.
Let me see. Do I want to push?
You clear a stress too because you rolled a 6 on your.
No, that's only for a crit. I think that's for 2 6s, right?
Yeah,
right, I'm
correct. Yep.
I'm really gun shy because of how stressed out Tatanika got, so I'm just gonna not push.
You could lead a group action here if you wanted to get the rookies with you.
And
that would
just be
give
like,
you,
charge.
Yeah, and that would give you scale, which would help you against the brute.
So that means I would roll. Everyone would roll, and I would take the stress. Someone would have to get it. We have to get 1 success. Help me.
Yeah. So the way the group action would work was anybody who's participating would roll their skirmish, and you would take 1 stress for everybody who rolls a 1 to 3, and you would take the outcome would be the highest roll of the group.
I will not participate in that probably, but
Tatanika's not gonna.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's Leonin. Yeah, no, she's not gonna.
So the rookies as a group, and then maybe Freya if she wants to.
Yeah, I
jump
think
in.
Freya will jump in
so
on this.
those two. So
Okay.
that's not that bad.
That's 3 rolls. That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's 3 rolls.
so everyone. So
You
yeah.
and-
So the rookie, the NPC rookie squad, the rookie
Oh, right, because
squad.
we
will
have the
roll.
other. Right. Okay.
Yeah. And then each of you will roll.
Cool.
And you'll roll the dice equal to your skirmish.
Mhm.
Cool.
And effect is standard when rolling.
Yep, standard.
And are we still in desperate position?
Yeah, actually, you are still in desperate position.
Okay.
You are
Yeah.
fighting for your lives. So, also another shout out. Thank you to viewer Mark for pointing out that everybody gets XP when you take a desperate group action.
What did? Sorry.
Oh, wait.
Standard effect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
standard
standard.
effect.
Oops.
Yeah. Was that the roll for the rookies, Shane?
Yeah, I rolled for the rookies.
Okay, well that's okay. Sally succeeded. So Sally rolled a 6. Yeah, good.
Sally rolled a
Remember
6.
to declare your
Nice.
rolls, everyone, because stream can't see.
Yeah. Sorry, I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 3.
Desperate. Oh, so we get XP. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so you get XP, and you are rolling desperate with a 6 and scale. So that will be you do it, and let's see, your scale gives you like makes up for the difference in your threat, and then it's 2 standard, so that'll be 2 more ticks. You guys are wearing this guy down.
What's is it 1 XP for a desperate?
Yes, in the ability,
boxes,
the
yeah.
attribute that you rolled. So that was skirmish's prowess, right?
Prowess, yeah.
Yeah. So you'll mark
Sweet.
prowess.
And Leonin takes 2 stress for the failures, right?
Yep. Leonin will mark 2 stress as well for the 2 failures.
Mechanically, now that I look at it, Tatanika should have joined in that because that would have allowed her to attack the main guy with scale, but don't worry about it. So she'll roll her own skirmish. Yeah, in the fiction, it makes more sense for her to have joined in the group action, but she'll just roll her own skirmish against basically the nearest guy. She'll just basically like round on the nearest person, like spur the horse again toward the nearest person, try to just cut them down.
So Tatanika is threat 1 as a rookie.
Mhm.
you will have limited effect
I was gonna
against
say,
the you'll have limited effect against the brute if you attack him, and you'll have limited effect against
that's what I'm saying is it
anybody.
Been, like mechanically it's better to join in the group action, but since I didn't do that, she's just going to like basically round on the nearest person, who I'm assuming is threat 1 because they're not the brute,
right,
and take them on one-on-one.
Okay. Would you like to lead a group action for that?
Oh, the rookies can just join in again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how. Yeah.
Well, in that case, we'll attack the brute again.
Okay. All right. So the first counter charge, right? And this is all in the middle of like a melee, like sort of on horseback. I think this is at the point where people start getting unhorsed. Horses get like kind of cut up and rear back and different things, and everybody now is kind of holding onto their horse and just like swinging kind of wildly. So this is you trying to like organize that mess and get your side to focus again on the biggest threat.
So in that case, Tatanika would probably use a consort and to be like, all right, let's rally up, circle around, attack the brute. To me.
Okay. I like that. I think that's a marshal.
Yeah, it sounds like a marshal.
Yeah.
Oh, well then not that.
Yeah. Yeah, not really a leader, that Tatanika.
No, she's a great leader. Everything but marshal.
Oh, okay.
She's a leader by doing.
Oh, well, then discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline works.
Sure. All right, we'll do discipline.
Because instead of like 2 arms, friends, it is
all right.
do your fucking job, friends.
Right. Come on, you fools.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
This, you fools. There
exactly. There you
so
go.
is this like setting us up, or?
It's another leading.
Oh,
group.
there's that. Yeah, you could roll this as a setup for the next group to go.
Tatanika gets set up. She doesn't set up.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
if your group action wanted to set her up, sure.
Do it. Okay. Roll the group.
Okay. So who's joining in this group action? Rookies.
What is it?
Also just rookies.
Is it a skirmish?
It can be skirmish or it can be discipline. Either's fine.
Yeah. So actually, yeah. You need to decide because anybody who joins in and rolls themselves rolls one of those abilities. Like it's a little weird with discipline, but the rookies will roll their discipline, which is
skirmish.
I think
skirmish would be better.
All right, let's do skirmish then.
Okay.
It's just like this.
All right.
And this is desperate still, Shane?
It is still desperate, so mark more XP.
And limited?
No, you now have standard. Yes, you have standard.
Cool.
I got a 4.
And
Yeah.
I got a 3.
Also,
I got a 2.
Quick question. How do I mark experience on this sheet?
When you do that, there's that little clock that is on the thing. Just tick the left click it, and it should mark a box.
So do I tick that in prowess because those are the 2 that I've done?
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So what do the rookies get?
The rookies got I think a 2. Is that what I rolled again?
Yeah, you rolled a 2.
Yep.
So Cat rolled a 4. That was the highest.
Which is a success.
Yes.
Tatanika rolled a 2, so that's 2 failures. So she takes
Leonin rolled a 3.
Rolled a 3.
So 3 failures.
3 stress. Oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you desperate for 5 is the result, so you do it, but there's a consequence. So you guys have scale on this. That's still 2 ticks, which is good. But the consequence is severe harm or a serious complication. I think that's going to be severe harm to you, Tatanika, which is threat 2, and then +1 will be threat 3.
So what does that shake out to in terms of harm? That's a level 3 harm.
A level 3 harm.
And then armor would drop it to a level 2 harm.
You can resist it.
And you can resist if you want, right?
Yeah, but she just took 3 stress, and she's 3 stress away from dying.
True.
Somebody can protect you as well.
I will.
And take the level 3 harm instead.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, right.
I don't have
But
a
you'll,
shield.
But then it's attempt to resist. That's
but
possible.
you can use your armor or your resistance rolls.
Although this would be prowess resist, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Then Arun will jump in.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, good. So Arun gets into the fight now.
Yeah, okay. I had a plan for after this. And
I mean, if he went in heavy, he has armor.
he's going to use his rifle, which is made of a, solid wood.
Mhm.
And he's going to parry an oncoming sword that's coming down on Tatanika.
Nice.
Cool.
He's probably got a fixed bayonet.
Definitely. So I'm going to... It was a level 3 harm, you said?
Level 3 harm.
All right, I'm going to spend my armor, then resist the rest of it. And I have prowess, and I get a bonus die because I am
Well, you can just
stoic.
attempt to resist the consequence, right? Or
Oh,
no,
all of it
so-
entirely?
Yeah, no. Resisting harm,
Yeah.
you reduce by 1 level for each resistance you do.
oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, harm works differently from other consequences. And same, I think it's actually the same thing with like severe consequences. Like, oh Jesus, that's a crit.
Yes.
So you reduce you clear
Wait,
one
what?
stress.
I think I might have done this wrong. 'cause
Did you roll
I rolled
6
too
dice?
many dice. Yeah. I don't know how many.
Oh, dang.
So the first and the last.
I mean,
were
you
both
roll
fours.
4, so
How many were you supposed to roll?
I was supposed to roll 4 dice.
Okay, we'll take the first 4. That's a
Okay,
6.
So 6.
So you armor 1, resist 1. You take level 1 harm,
Okay.
and that is axe wound.
Axe wound.
nice. So Tatanika is actually like, I had it.
She's the worst. And I say, I know you did. I was just making sure everything was all right.
Oh, the
And
rookie
then-
whisperer.
I'm going to draw my dual pistols.
Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Freya has not done anything yet.
She
Yeah.
jumped in some group actions.
I jumped in some group actions, but could I do more harm against the horses than I could against the brute?
Oh.
Interesting. I think yes.
If I
think so.
shoot his horse, that
Yeah, I think what that does is a setup.
yeah. Okay.
So you could unhorse him to set everybody up for either +1 effect or improved position.
Nice. We have no Panyar on this mission. So.
I
Shoot
will
the
say
horses.
one thing. Just the math of this is shooting him directly right now. If you hurt him, so if you roll a 4, 5, or 6, will kill him because he only has two left on his clock. So
Okay.
unseating him is probably not as useful as just shooting him.
Okay. Well, then I'll just lead a group action to shoot him.
I heard you're a good shot. For
I am a good shot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot him. And I'll lead a group action, I guess, because that is better for me.
Yep.
Can we do
Okay.
that while all fighting in a melee? I mean, I have pistols, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's to shoot him.
to shoot him, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I think it
have
has to be.
pistol.
So that's you use skirmish with a pistol.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
If you're like right up close, you could do a long shot with a pistol, but
Yeah.
you know,
Mm,
they're actually like the pistol description lists a maximum range.
Okay. Well, can I gain enough distance to shoot him?
Probably not.
I'm so much better at shooting than I am at skirmishing.
Well, remember you can
It's okay.
you can
You throw your
use any
axe at
skill
him.
that you want as long as it works in the fiction. Like it might be maneuver, it might be one of the resolve skills instead. You know.
Yeah, no, I really poured everything into shooting here. Okay, well then I guess we'll skirmish if that's what we got to do. So, who's joining the group action?
Tatanika's in. She's
Tashnika's in.
in the
So
middle.
is
She's
Leanna.
slashing with her saber.
Okay, we want to not overwhelm with stress too. We need to be careful with how many people jump in.
So the
that's
rookies will wait then.
Okay.
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 Well,
If the
should
three of you are doing
Tashnika jump in then? Because she's pretty stressed out.
Tatanika
She
can't
won't
take
it.
stress.
You will take
You'll
Oh.
take the stress.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take stress. Well, I've taken no stress, so okay.
Okay. So the three
this-
of you roll.
Desperate and standard again?
Still desperate standard, which means everybody gets another XP.
Woo!
Now you just have to live through this mission.
I
and
think
you're in
we
good
just need to
shape.
bring sacrificial rookies to lead group actions.
Oh,
I got a 2.
I got a 3.
Tatanika got a 5.
Yay!
Oh, God,
Okay.
Tashnika.
Yes, Tatanika, yes.
Okay. So the 5 will kill the brute.
Woo!
That's good.
Hell yeah.
Tatanika only joins if she could kill the brute.
I think because it takes all of you. I think what this is just like you are all like trying to stab him with knives and sabers and like just sneak in like, you know, a pistol shot here and like a bayonet there. And as like he is very committed to his axe, isn't really defending himself effectively. And so what ends up happening, of course, is this this axe gets swung kind of wildly and hits one of the horses, one of your horses, actually Freya's horse.
Yeah.
And as you go over, so like this seriously hurts the horse, but probably kills the horse even. But the horse drops you to the ground, right? And you are now on the ground with like this stampede of hooves and various things like at threat of being crushed. That is the consequence. Is you will take level 3 harm, which is trampled underfoot.
Okay. Well, can I spend my armor to make that less?
Yes, and a shield if you have one.
Yep, I got both because we came in heavy. So
cool. So you can mark both uses on the left side of your sheet, and then that will reduce it to level 1 harm.
Okay.
Slightly trampled underfoot.
Yeah, so like I throw up my shield and catch one hoof, and then the other one catches me on a pauldron that gets ripped off, and
right. And then I think what happens is like you are able to kind of like roll out of this like scrum enough that like you're no longer in like you're still in saber range, but you're not in horse range.
Sure. Am I can shoot something range?
Maybe.
Have I gotten enough distance to shoot the horse of the leader? I want to shoot a horse, Shane.
Okay, yes, sure. But let's find out what a rune wants to do.
Okay.
So we killed the brute.
The brute is down. Freya is on the ground, unhorsed. The leader has waded into this mess, and there are still like 6 of these bandits hacking away at your whole squad that you are leading for the first time, Arun.
Do they have a clock?
Who?
The bandit, the rabble.
They are scale 2, threat 1.
Okay.
So if they take any harm, they will die effectively.
Okay.
The thing is, like, if you attack them individually, you have limited effect because of their scale.
Yeah. So then,
right? So like you need to do something to.
And I will
your
do
scale.
that something. It is
Okay.
called lead a group action.
Okay.
I mean, or you could just snipe the leader.
Well, I want to keep her alive to.
Wait, is this what's her name?
No, but I still want to keep her alive to lead us back. I guess we could just take a random guy, but I'd
We
rather
got to make her
take
talk, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
So I think if we kill the rabble, then she'll be alone, and maybe we can, talk her down, or
I
maybe
think
not have to defeat her.
That seems consistent with Arun's planning.
Yeah. Arun is nice. Now, let's slaughter these peasants.
Yeah, exactly.
This is going to be a skirmish. So, I'm Arun. I'm a specialist. I can take the stress. Jump in, everyone.
Altanika's in.
All right, everyone roll skirmish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Freya is in.
Are we still desperate now that we've killed the brute? Has that changed our position at all, would you say?
I think you are still in the melee, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I know I-Hsien is saying yes because he just wants to
Get more
Wants
XP.
sweet desperate XP. Yeah.
and make
Yeah,
sure
Freya
everybody
is-
marks XP for the last one and for this one.
Well,
I rolled a 5. Rhiannon rolls a 5.
Yeah.
Freya rolled a 3.
Rune rolled a 2. How'd you do, Tatanika?
Altanika rolled a 3.
Okay.
And the rookies rolled a 3, so that's 4 stress. Oof.
Oh, man. Okay. I can no longer take another stress, or I will have a trauma.
Yeah.
The burden of command.
The burden of command. But we succeeded because
You succeeded.
Leland.
You've got scale on the rookies, or you have your you now match scale with the rookies, so there's no limited effect there. They do not have harm to take, and so you are able to rather quickly dispatch them.
Nice.
Of course, the consequence here will be severe harm to you, Arun, because you led this action.
Not me, Arun.
You led this action. So it will be. I think this is probably the leader lining you up for a pistol shot. And it's level 3, so let's call it gut shot.
Can Leonin protect Arun?
Yes, and he can also resist with armor or whatever he wants to do.
I already used my armor, and because I'm a sniper, I don't have a shield.
Leonin wants to jump in front of Arun.
Okay.
Wow.
Leonin wants to take that bullet for his.
Oh my god,
mentor.
for his senpai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he will notice me.
Notice me.
Look at me. Yeah, it's the other kind of witness me.
Yeah. Okay, so this is level 3 harm coming at you, Leonin.
Okay.
What you doing
So
to resist?
I guess I can. Okay, is this a desperate? So okay, can you help me figure out some mechanic stuff?
Yes.
I have one of my traits as a Zemyati is a +1 is an extra die to resist on desperate actions. Does
Yep.
that okay? Then I also have Devil's Own Luck, which is +1 on all resistance rolls. But I also have armor and a shield.
So you can spend armor, spend shield. That automatically reduces it to level 1 harm.
Right.
Then you can either take that harm, or you can further resist it. In which case, you will roll with those benefits.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a lot of dice. Good.
It's a
and
prowess resist.
I believe so. Yeah.
Skirmish, yeah.
So I'd have 6 dice.
You should
So I
roll because there's a good
take
chance you can
stress.
lose stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
That's
can
right.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Prowess.
Also, like it's gut shot. That's going to affect a lot of things
Mhm.
as a level 1 harm. And so that less effect will hurt you quite a bit going forward.
Just 1/6.
Damn it.
Is that
Yeah, I'm
all?
just disappointed it was free.
Cool. So no harm.
No harm, no harm and no stress from that. So that was a very good
Wow.
protect.
Yes.
How do I what's the like how do I take a bullet without maybe I don't
mean-
take a bullet, maybe I like jump and like try to distract the person taking the shot so it doesn't hit.
I think I think that makes sense.
Okay.
And you use your armor and shield, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that armor and shield is going into like the this was the leader who's doing it. So I think you have to like leap off of your horse and kind of like knock her, like physically like knock her out of position, so that she is reeling, and your armor and shield are protecting you from like her horse actually like hitting you in this mess. So it's like a horse hoof, like a kick that you're actually blocking now with the shield, which of course shatters it, or at least dents it pretty severely. It's not going to be a whole lot of use going forward.
I can
And
see
so-
why you want to shoot horses, Cat. These horses are the ones doing all the damage to
Yeah,
us.
I want to kill some horses.
War horses. Okay, yeah. So that is it for the bandits. There is just the bandit leader, who is, I think, a little bit stunned and disoriented from Leonin kind of leaping at her. What are you guys gonna do here?
So now I will sway, and I will say, we just wanted to talk. As I sling my rifle to show that I just want to talk and hold my hands up in that classic Barton-friendly gesture. Right?
Okay.
Classic, I mean no harm.
I think your position is now controlled.
Okay, cool. Could someone
because-
assist me as well?
An
'cause this
assist is
important.
what?
That's
a
one
spent
stress.
Yeah,
it's
one stress for 1 die.
Yeah. We killed our stress. Freya?
Yeah.
A little
I guess.
voice pipes up. Yeah, we just wanted to help.
Yeah, I can do that. I guess I'll. Oh, okay. I'll spend the stress.
Thank you.
The innocence of the kid is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
appeals to her, the bandit leader.
Now here
I feel
roll
like
a
the
bunch of ones.
Freya is not gonna like put her hands up. I think she's more gonna like level her rifle to be like, we're here to talk, but I will
Okay.
kill you.
Oh.
Oh, we just got a 100.
Oh, we did.
from Uncle Fred.
Uncle Fred. Thank you, Uncle Fred. That
you, Uncle
throws
Fred.
a minor complication to a
A
roll.
minor complication into this, so
Oh.
let's roll it and find out what
I
happens.
rolled a 4. This is my highest. Not rolling great today. We put all our good rolls in last week.
Okay, so the 4 is a on controlled is You hesitate, withdraw, and try a different approach, or else do it with a minor consequence. A minor complication occurs. You have reduced effect. You suffer lesser harm. You end up in a risky position.
I mean, she could say, fine, but throw down your weapons. That'd be a risky position for us to go in without our weapons. Maybe too risky.
Maybe, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you, right? Do you want to end this now, or do you want to risk more stuff happening?
I look at the squad.
We have to. I mean, well, we still haven't even gotten to the bandit queen yet, and we're pretty stressed.
Yes.
So I think I'll go ahead and tell you like there is a minor complication coming from Uncle Fred. I think that is the minor complication. Actually, is she says, "Drop your weapons," and she like levels a pistol at you. The like consequence of the 4-5 on the controlled is going to be lesser harm, which is that like in the scrum, right before like kind of everything is resolved, right? Like she wings you with the shot. It's level 1 harm, which is
yeah,
pistol grazed.
Sure, I'll just take that.
Tatanika will jump in front of that, actually.
No, I'll take it. No, let me take it. I already have level 1 harm, so let me take the second.
Yeah, but she ignores level 1 harm.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, cool. So, like, I mean, again, it was like a melee on horseback, right? So, like, who she shot, who knows?
But Uncle
Apparently
Fred's
it was Tatanika.
100 bits still is then throw down your weapons.
Cool.
Yeah, and so then the result of the 4-5, if you want to succeed, is throw down your weapons.
Freya like looks back at the leader, at Arun, and she does not like this idea of throwing down weapons.
Hate this idea.
She doesn't want to give up these weapons.
She says, "I'll talk, but not with you. No, like, I'm taking one of you with me if you're gonna shoot."
Okay. I'm thinking, what if we give all of our weapons to one rookie, and then they have all the weapons? That way,
no,
we can't. Okay, fine.
I mean, we should probably do
it. Let's resist this consequence.
Someone else has to do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, roll resistance here. I think this is probably insight or something. Then, if you want to resist this, yeah, I think this is an insight resist. If somebody would like to do that,
I can't spend the
I
stress.
can't.
We're all too stressed.
I get 1 stress and I try. I mean, I can take a trauma. Hey,
you're right, but
thanks.
you're
It's fun playing your character. You should. No, I'm not. I'm a specialist.
I did not think...
but I mean, you're out of the scene.
Is that the scene?
Yeah, when you trauma, you're out of the scene, which means we'll have to revive you. This seems like a pretty simple decision.
It's
like a good way to
just someone else shoot her. Say no and someone else shoot her.
Feria has like emotional attachment to her weapons. She doesn't want to give them up. But
maybe this is your chance to shoot. How far away is she?
Yeah. Can I kill her?
How far away is the leader?
She is. Yeah, she's far enough away that you can shoot. Wow. Okay.
All your dreams coming true right now.
I mean, I wanted to shoot her horse. I didn't want to shoot her.
Oh. Well, you know, beggars can't be choosers.
So I think given the nature of the complication, right, is like there will be another harm coming if you shoot her horse. Like she has the pistol leveled. You guys have like kind of, you're taking a breather. Like whatever happens, she will shoot. Right. That's basically the complication that's implied here.
Yeah. We should probably just to put down our weapons. Freya's not gonna be happy about it.
I think Leonin is gonna turn to Arun and be like, "We have to comply. This is only the, you know best, but we have a whole nother thing we're supposed to be doing here."
And all right. Everybody throw down your weapons.
Tatanika's like, if we do that, then we have no leverage.
Well, there's still 5 of you, 6 of you.
Yeah, naked.
Can we like conceal weapons? I took a hand weapon.
Oh, she's.
Can we have, like, stilettos
you
and
all
stuff?
have, yeah, you all have weapons in your hands,
Okay.
right? She's like, drop your weapons. She's not
Okay.
saying like fully disarm
Oh,
this
all
robe.
right. Oh,
Okay,
that's what
all
I
right.
was thinking. All right,
No,
I throw down my rifle.
We're
Yeah.
not handing on. Okay.
No, what
All
she's
right.
saying is like, I will talk.
Lower your
Okay.
weapons.
Okay.
What she's saying is, I will talk, but
Okay.
I am going to shoot one of you
Yes.
first if you try to do something aggressive.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds fine.
That is the position that you have found
We all
yourself
drop our weapons.
Leonin
Okay.
drops his sword. Yeah.
in. Okay.
Yeah, Feria puts down her rifle, but does not drop her pistols. Those are staying.
If
in
those are
their
tucked in your
holsters.
belt, that's fine. Yeah,
Tatsunika
exactly.
sheathes her saber.
Nice.
Reckless as hell.
Mm.
Okay, cool. So let's take a break, and then
Mm.
we will come back for whatever negotiation or threat of violence interrogation this becomes.
Woo!
Nice.
All right,
When
we'll
are
be
we?
back in 10 minutes, so 9:20
9:20.
Okay.
Eastern.
Okay.
Do it.
Hello, we're back. It's done. Thank you for enjoying the advertisements. Sorry, maybe. Testing out this new feature that just got added for affiliates, which we are.
Ooh,
So-
we're that fancy.
Yes,
Well, we're not partners.
we're not partners. We're affiliates.
I didn't even know there was anything above affiliates. I was ready to be impressed.
Oh, well.
But that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Don't let me be impressed, Rudy.
Okay. It was Shane who said that. Anyway. Okay, cool. So, where are we?
So we have just quite literally decimated a band of bandits, and you have left their leader alive. She is pointing a pistol at you. You have dropped your weapons, but she has agreed to talk. What do you say?
Hello. My name is Arun Arani. I am a representative from the Corps Undying. Surely you've heard of us?
Nope, never heard of you.
Okay, well, we are one of the great mercenary companies of Aldermark. And we are currently on the fighting retreat from the Cinder King's forces. And we were hoping that maybe we could work with Falta. What's her name again? I'm sorry.
Falca.
Falca. And maybe reach an agreement where instead of attacking random merchants and people around the countryside, she could focus her efforts on the Cinder King and his forces.
Why would we do that?
Well, we're all members of humanity, are we not?
Yeah, sure, but we gotta eat.
Agreed.
Can't eat the dead.
No, but the dead can eat us. Wink.
Yeah, they're not eating me.
No, I hope not. Nor will they eat me. But perhaps we can come to an agreement with Falca.
What do you want from me?
I want you to bring us to her, please.
Suppose you're gonna force me to do that?
No one's forcing anyone to do anything.
All right, I think it's time to roll this way.
Okay. Can I get another assist? Are we that stressed out that we can't give out onesies?
It sounded like you were pretty stressed.
Yeah.
We're all pretty stressed.
Yeah, I only
Alright,
have 2 left.
So
Uh,
you fill up the bar and then there's one more after that, Kat. So
Right.
That's not better.
But rookies don't
Rookies
have.
Yeah,
die.
yeah, I know.
Tatsunika will assist
Oh man, Tatsunika.
What a
Nika.
crazy person.
because she's got an idea.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, so okay, yeah.
Is this
So
this is a risky
is risky.
position? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is risky.
Okay, risky standard, 1 bonus die. Show me
And
them.
the risk here is one that she has a gun leveled at you and
yeah.
could shoot you, and then also like you could fail and she could just attack, and then this opportunity is passed, right?
Ooh, I don't want that. Do we got Devil's Bargain on the table anywhere? There's probably
There's always
not,
a devil's
right?
bargain on the table.
I mean,
This is kind of a tough one here. There's not a lot of.
what I mean, I think the devil's bargain is going to be some type of personal bribe that this, and it's, I mean, because most of you are rookies, I mean, this is going to have to come from a rune, but this will be something permanently off of a rune sheet.
Rip out your eye.
Yeah, take your eye out and be like, "Hey, want a cool eye?"
Sup?
Have you used pistols with a rune at all?
Never.
You give my fine pistols,
Oof.
and then maybe.
I
not.
mean, that's a lot.
That's steep.
They are very nice pistols.
But I'm a rifleman, right?
You get one of the pistols.
I mean,
Look,
get
if
two
you
pistols.
give away the pistols, it does mean that a rune never has to take a heavy load again.
Yeah, that's true, because the only benefit of a heavy load is
It's to find
the
pistols
other
in
weapon.
addition.
Yeah.
Yep. It does mean his skirmish will basically be useless.
yeah.
You can take a hand weapon as a utility item.
He typically has a hand weapon.
And there's not really any good
I mean,
utility.
I mean,
guess
if
black
Pistols,
shot is
pistols
If you
use
give-
Blackshot, and it's so if you attack with a hand weapon, you don't get the benefit of a
a
fine weapon.
That's true.
Right.
So,
I
you
mean,
threat
what
one.
about one fine pistol?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I think they only come in twos.
I don't know. So you can break this
I,
up.
Well,
she's gonna want both shiny pistols.
All right, never
great.
mind.
Shoot
We'll
her
just
in the
roll.
face.
We'll just
Shoot her
roll
in
the
the
dice.
face with both shiny pistols.
We'll just take the one bonus die from Tatanika, and if we fail this, then mission over. We go back home empty-handed. There's no penalty for failure.
Sounds good.
Woo! 4.
Take a pour.
4.
All right.
She says, "Give me those pistols."
No, I think
You gonna shoot me?
the complication here is, so okay. I think she will do it because you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
But what she is going to do is she will take you there, but you will have to march her at gunpoint to get her to take you there. So so when you get there, the outcome is you end up in a desperate position.
Again?
Like you are not being introduced by a friend.
Yeah.
You are bullying your way into her camp, which means everyone's going to be touchy, and at the first sign of something going wrong, they're going to draw swords, right? So that's the thing. You can resist it. I think whatever insight makes sense
Can't resist it.
for resolve,
I
but
don't think we can resist it. I mean, I'm
I have
thinking.
I have 4 dots in resolve.
You have 4 dots in resolve.
did you participate in the action though?
I assisted.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Okay, but she's got
You can do it.
3 stress and she's gone.
I think you can do it. I'm running the numbers in my head. Boop boop beep boop boop. Seems good. Seems
We're
good.
about to wait.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
about to
you're
put
right. You're right.
Tatanika's whole life on the line so that we don't end up in a desperate position with the bandit.
That's a
queen,
good
right?
point, and then we just get a bunch of XP.
Yeah.
You're right. That's an excellent point. Okay.
What's
I
the
agree.
harm situation
agree.
again? If no one has more than, does anyone have level 2 harm? Okay, that's
People
Rhiannon
came in
does.
with level 2 harm.
okay. We can
Rhiannon
always
and Tatanika came in with level 2.
we can always run away and get shot in the back or whatever.
You can run
Just
away.
can't. Okay. Just can't.
That
take
would really
stress.
let down Rhiannon if Arun ran away.
Oh,
It's
my
true.
goodness.
It wouldn't let down Tatanika.
It's the pressure of- If
If
I let you down, but you're alive, then I'll take letting you down. I'm a rune.
That's a good point.
Right.
See, that's
okay,
that's how a specialist leads.
Yeah.
We're trying to end on time, so
Right.
are we
Okay.
accepting the desperate position?
Yes.
Okay, so we need a frog marcher, right? I'm
Yeah.
assuming it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, you're basically going to unhorse her and
That's fine. On the so Tatanika, like on the way, right? Tatanika will reach down like she's about to pull her saber out, and she'll pull out a cooking pot
Oh wow, that's very dehumanizing.
because she's going to use home cooking.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna put it on her head.
Her rookie ability. I would like to note I took both the cooking kit and the fresh food, and Tatanika is going to use her keen knife, which is a literal thing, right? As a memento of home,
Mhm.
and makes a nice stone soup for everybody.
Okay.
Yes.
Hardy.
And what does that
and,
do?
and you know what? It's just for the squad, of course, at first. But this would taste really good if I don't know, there was some. Did they eat horse meat here? I don't know. I don't actually know.
And we just killed a ton of them. You might as well make use of them.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I mean, these are desperate times. This is wartime.
That's true.
Yeah.
Freyria's fine eating anything. She'll eat anything.
A bit of horse cheese would make this wonderful here. Also, I took supplies. Tantanika took supplies, right? As one of her load.
I took supplies too.
It's dream moss.
Oh boy.
Oh damn!
She's
Tanika came ready to party on this
definitely
mission.
partaking of.
Oh man.
And if anyone else, including the bandits, is interested, she's willing to share.
We have brought gifts.
Okay, so first things first, everyone clear one stress.
Yeah.
God.
Second thing second, Tatanika, tick that dream moss addiction because this is
totally.
not casual partaking. This is use on a mission.
Yes, it is.
We're gonna have words when we get back. I appreciate
2
it
out of
now,
8.
but this is not the
She's
kind of
a troubled
behavior.
soul, and I love her.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
I think Freya is gonna like. She doesn't know what dream moss is. She's gonna be like, oh, what is that?
It really helps you focus on a mission.
we're gonna add like a 6 o'clock for Freya. That's lost youth.
Teenage Wasteland.
Yeah, exactly.
It helps you focus.
Okay. All right. So
And, I'm not gonna roll anything. I'm just sowing seeds with these bandits.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
okay. So yeah, and basically you have to march her at gunpoint, right? She says, "Look, I'm not helping you here, but I'll take you. But you got to tie me up and march me up there because I'm not going to look like I gave anything up for free."
Okay.
So she does that.
Oh yeah, Freya jumps at the chance to like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show off my knot skills. She's practiced like a good restraining tie because she's eager to please.
Nice.
Okay. So it takes you pretty much the rest of the day to get up there. It's maybe an hour, even less so, before dusk. And you are pretty steadily climbing up into the hills here, into eventually an area where, you see something of like a rough kind of fort, like something like a palisades kind of thing that's been hewn out of timber. That is sort of, an outer perimeter. As you approach that wall, your captive whistles, and bandits appear on the ramparts, such as they are, and a couple more come out of the gates, armed with rifles pointed at you, and one of them shouts from the wall, "Who goes there?"
Hello, I'm a representative from the Corps Undying and from the town of Sunstrider? It's called Sunstrider Camp, but is it a town or?
I think you would say from the Sunstriders.
From the Sunstriders. We've come to parley with I forgot her name already.
Falca.
Falca. Hopefully we can come to an accord and maybe work together to fight and hinder the Cinder King.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
We brought gifts.
Yeah, what'd you do to Arelda?
She's right there. She looks fine.
Arelda, why did you help them? And she's like, they had me at gunpoint.
Guys, this isn't going well.
Leonин's gonna like poke at what's her name? Romelda?
Arelda.
Arelda is gonna poke at Arelda with his musket and be like, "Quiet, you," and try to really like make it seem like she's been endangered and threatened this whole time.
Are you gonna actually hit her? Because that's the.
No, I'm gonna just like kind of jab at her with my musket.
Okay. So I think she'll play it as much as she can because I think she feels threatened as well. And so she'll like drop to a knee, and kind of like make a show of pain. She'll flop a little bit.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah.
Good one. Go ahead, Landon. Good one.
So I think you've got. You are in a desperate position. How are you getting in here?
We should. I can roll another sway, and if it doesn't go our way, then I'm cool with leaving.
I mean,
Giving up so easily? Come on.
Tathanika will pull like her little chef's knife out and start pointing to the other bandits who ate her soup. And they're like, we're all friends here. You know, she's attempting a consort, right? She's actually not looking at the bandit queen. She's looking at the other bandits.
Oh, the queen is definitely not here. These are.
This
guards.
is just the person who's.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is whoever is leading the guard is talking.
Gotcha.
Okay.
At
you. Yeah.
Not looking at them, looking at the other bandits. You know, the ones she fed, and is like, we're all friends here. You know, we've shared provisions on the road, and you know, I think we're really bonded. You know, and all we want to do is talk, right? And she sort of like kicks the giant crate of a black shot with it, which I haven't actually opened yet. But you can hear it rattle, right? Like it's ammunition. She's like, I'm just saying, you know, the undead are coming, and I would not want to be, you know, stuck in the mountains in a very nice cave or whatever this is, all through the winter. Without any friends. Friends are good. You eat together.
All right, so this is consort because I think you are trying to make a good impression as a setup for a sway.
Sure. I am not going to
fair?
convince the guard person. Hopefully these other bandits will convince the guard person.
Right. So I think this is an attempt to improve position.
That works for me.
Okay.
That is a 4.
Okay. So mark desperate XP.
Woo!
For resolve, which is probably your only point of resolve. You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer severe harm. A serious complication occurs.
Probably I don't get stabbed because of this, is my guess.
There is severe harm to your
Or
hostage.
Oh.
And the leader, the man who's been like kind of shouting back and forth from you says, all right, we got a traitor. And like a gunshot rings out, and like I think you all kind of like expect it to be you, and as you kind of look around, your hostage is bleeding out on the ground. You could resist this, of course, but I don't know that you can.
No.
You are now in a risky position, with some blood on your hands.
Oh, they're brutal.
You want to make that sway, Arun?
Yeah. I like the way you do things. We deal with traitors similarly.
Do we?
I think we definitely do.
So, risky standard.
Risky standard.
I hate to keep being like, hey, anyone else want to assist? But
Well,
we
I'll
get a
assist
stress
because
cleared,
we got a stress cleared, and this seems like an important role. So I'll help.
I've been rolling bad all night, but it's got to work out now. All right, take that stress. Here we go. 4.
Okay. You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm, a complication, reduced effect. You end up in a desperate position. I think. All right. I think you're going to end up in a desperate position.
Okay.
And this is all right. Off your horses. Turn in your weapons. We'll bring you to Falca.
Okay, and now this is a full disarm yourselves.
This is fully
kind of.
disarmed. Yeah, I mean, if you have something hidden, like a boot knife or something like that, if that's something your character does.
Flashback.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I forgot about that thing.
Flashbacks.
Oh my god. We're good at this game.
So to hide
Probably that we were
something
gonna.
is definitely a stress, though, because you're negating a consequence with this, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, okay. We knew we were entering a bandit camp. We probably knew we would get patted down.
mhm.
Maybe some of us have some knives in our boots or razor blade in the lip.
Prison.
You know. Um.
I
I
think
don't
somebody
know, though.
needs
I'm
to
getting
pay.
pretty stressed out.
Somebody needs to pay a stress, and I'll give you all one non-fine weapon within reach.
Freria, where are you stress-wise? I only have one for you.
I have 3.
Okay, and that includes when you cleared one?
That includes, I had 4,
Okay.
and now I'm
My
down to 3.
bookkeeping is obviously not great. Okay.
Ooh, okay. So Uncle Fred has given you one free push. So
Oh, damn, Uncle Fred.
I think that might be handy when you meet the Bandit Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super handy.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
Uncle Fred.
All right. So you guys took the stress for this?
Who took the stress?
I mean, if I have the least stress, I'll take the stress.
Where are you, Tatanika?
3.
Okay, so we're tied.
Tied in both Rickies.
Rock, paper, scissors?
I mean, it's Tatanika. She'll take it.
She's reckless.
It's reckless.
I
loose
am
cannon.
less reckless. I'm like, she's so close. She's gonna be a soldier if she lives.
It's done.
All right.
I know.
That's
she
4.
lives.
Everyone has a non-fine weapon.
Yeah. So you basically have like a knife or a stiletto or something in a boot in a
And Tatanika's is definitely her chef's knife.
yeah.
Nice.
Although she's keeping an eye on that dead guy's axe.
Okay. That's in the pile for sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and they lead you in. This is it's not a nice camp, but it is a very a sensible camp, and you're actually, I think, maybe a little surprised at how big it is. It definitely looks like there's a few dozen. It houses a few dozen people. Like the ones that you killed were not the majority by any means. Though you don't see that many bandits around at the moment. You definitely see tents and kind of more permanent kind of outbuildings that would suggest there's a few dozen. So anyway, you are led into a large kind of round almost like yurt type building, right? Like kind of a more permanent tent. And inside, sitting on a throne of sorts, right? A fine piece of furniture that looks like it was clearly looted from a refugee with the wrong priorities, or perhaps liberated from a refugee with the wrong priorities, is who you assume is the Bandit Queen. And when you step in, there is there's a ring of lieutenants kind of around the edge of this, sort of surrounding you. And 2 of them kind of take positions at the door behind you. And she says, well, you've made it this far, which means you must be something special. But what the fuck are you doing in my camp?
Flashback. At the Sunstrider Camp, what terms can we offer these bandits for the Alliance? Regular shipments of food, weapons, what can we offer them?
Well, we did say the black shop. That's
Sure,
That's a big thing.
something, but I also think
Yeah.
that they're gonna want stuff that they've been taking.
yeah. I mean, supplies. As coming back in as the quartermaster, I'd say food, blankets.
Can we
the
take some
winter.
of our own assets, Shane? And
Definitely. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I think that's the...
Can we take anything from Suda in the Sunstrider Camp?
Is there anything very shiny we can give them? I mean,
Also,
like,
do they?
I don't think they're birds.
Do they?
but I'm saying she's got a really nice throne, so that means
That's
she
true.
values things
Sure.
of, material values. So if we have, say, food, blankets, medicine, and a big gold thing, like a crown, I don't know. She's a queen. She'd love a crown.
What about
Okay.
do they clash with the Sunstriders often? Because we could say like we'll guarantee that no one will hassle you anymore. Like, we'll stay out of the Sunstriders' way, and just no one will bother you.
So
I don't know if that's compelling to.
I think what they're asking is for the bandits, like what you're looking for an alliance, right? Like you want them to actually fight the dead for you, to help, like rather than attack the living, fight the dead. So I think what the quartermasters will come up with are, yes, food you can give them, and what the Sunstriders will offer are fire mains. They will
horses. Okay.
They will actually like
Fucking magic horses.
Yeah, for real.
like, but they will take care of their horses, right? Like they will quarter their horses and stuff, so that like they don't have to worry about that. Because you see, like they're having to stable their horses in their camp, for example.
Yeah.
So that it seems like that would be something useful as well, from what you saw walking in. And that's a free flashback. That's fine.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
But yes, you can sell. You can definitely like sell off your food stores. And like uses of your food. It doesn't have to be the whole box.
Yeah. How are we on food?
You have 9.
And that is good.
That's a lot.
Because we just got supply carts, or a supply cart.
That's what.
because your
we
supply cart just
Strash did.
refilled.
Yeah, that's what the Baron did, which was good. Okay, so but
Right.
Strash was also emphasizing that we need more supplies.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna trust he knows about the game more than I do, but also he's not here.
The way
All right.
we're gonna do this,
Okay, yeah.
is I think this is a sway roll to end it.
Okay.
If you would like, you can Devil's Bargain the Black Shot.
Yeah.
So as a token of like appreciation for talking to you, you will push over the Black Shot. And then depending on the outcome, you might be paying food to improve your result.
Okay, I'm cool with that. We took the black shot to give to them, right? Is everyone alright with that?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Shane, just a quick question.
Mhm.
This bandit queen.
Yeah.
How big are her biceps?
Not that big.
Not that big?
She's like on the scale of like dex fighter versus strength fighter, she's more on the dex side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Freya's not a little in love with her then.
She's got a rape.
Oh, Freya has a type.
Yeah, women with big biceps.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna arm wrestle her. I thought that's what you were
No,
trying to figure
no.
out.
She'd be into red raging because red raging is swole.
Oh, I'm sure
Super
she has a
swole.
huge crush on Red Raging.
Okay. So accept the devil's bargain. Got 2 sway as a base. I'm gonna take the push from Uncle
Yes.
Fred. If I do that, can I not take an assist to, or I can't push myself, but can I also take an assist?
You could push yourself for effect.
You can push yourself.
I can't push
right.
myself though. With the amount of stress I have, I mean.
Well, if we're gonna end this, I can assist, or so we can end this, and then the stress is fine.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but that stress doesn't just magically heal.
Well, I think we were probably
Sure.
gonna need to rest. Juicero, man.
gotta
Juicero's
clear
coming
Okay,
up.
yeah,
next
Juicero's
turn.
on the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so is this desperate or this is desperate, right? We lost our position earlier.
Yeah, this is desperate.
Desperate.
Well, okay, if anyone wants to help or join in on this thing, then you get XP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help. This is this. Oh
Do
no, I
you-
don't have anything in sway.
You can
So
set up.
keep
or-
in mind, if you
Although-
fail,
Right, let's count how many failures there could potentially be.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And also, I have nothing in sway, so should I actually jump in on this?
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Then
No,
I
I'm
won't.
not
should
going
not.
to either.
Yeah,
for
don't
this.
don't because I might gain a trauma.
Wait, how many stress do you have right now, Rudy?
5.
Interesting.
So I
So
can take
Tanika,
1, and then the next one will give me a trauma.
Tanika has sway and could help.
I mean, if you just give me assist, then I'll have 3 bonus dice.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
on top
the
of my
assist is
2
a better
That'll
base.
put her at 5.
Hmm?
All right, that's an assist. She's at 5.
Okay, that's fine.
Bring-
This should
bring it
probably
home.
resolve the whole thing. Here we
Roll
go. This is what I've been building towards. Crit.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So a crit on the desperate is you do it with increased effect. So I think the outcome here being is this was a sway roll. The increased effect is that not only are you able to get her to stop fighting the bandits, not only are you able to get her to start fighting the dead, but they will. She says, I don't trust you, foreigner. But I believe. Where's Arun from?
Yeah,
He's Barton.
he's nice.
Bartons are the merchants, right?
Yes.
I believe we have multiple Barton merchants. But I know of the lands you come from, and I trust in the sanctity of trade. I will offer you some of our horses in exchange for food, and I will use our group to fight the dead as you have wished. You have perhaps not convinced my capos, but you have convinced me that there is a greater fight, and we will be a part of it.
Nice. I reach out in a classic Barton handshake.
That like
you
the
should
classic.
give her a token of. You don't know this because you don't play Bartons, but you should give her
that's
a
right.
token
That's-
of Barton trust.
Arun. Here's my eye. No.
No. That's just like a thing, right? Like Barton.
Yeah, give her-
Yeah, no, I was going to say,
exchange
you have a bunch of
jewelry, yeah.
rings, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So I'll take
yeah.
off one of the rings that I wear on my fingers that has a horse, kind of like engraving on it or something. Maybe it says something in Barton like the horse that rides the fastest wins the day.
Cool.
And then I give that to her because horses.
And then to like kind of close this deal, she will trade you 1 use of horses for 1 use of food.
Yes, very much accept. The
So
commander
you
will be thrilled.
I will say you can do 1 or 2.
2?
I don't think 3 is gonna work. So, I think that's just too many. I don't think the quartermasters would approve of more than 2 food
Sure.
going towards this. So if you would like to trade 2 uses of food, you can get 2 uses of horses.
That's very interesting. So I feel like traveling through the southern cities will probably have opportunities to get food, but also maybe not.
I feel like it's totally worth it.
Yeah,
Especially
I
because
think
we
you're
lost
right.
so much time.
Yeah, we can use the horses for pressure. I mean, I think every secondary mission we need to spend horses to get that extra bonus die. So,
Okay.
yes, we accept your offer.
So you're doing
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Yeah. Thank you, Shane, if you make that.
Done. Yep, I've updated the sheet. Cool. Then yeah, so you seal the deal. And she says, we know where your camp is. Or we know where the Sunstrider Camp is. We will be there in a few days. And we can close this.
I look forward to it.
And she nods and shakes your hand in the Roman fashion.
Yeah.
the fashion of
Clasps,
comrades.
yes.
The clasp of
Love
comrades.
It. Love it. I'm
Um,
bringing that back, by the way, in real life, modern times.
okay.
Next
Sure
time I
you
see
are.
you, PAX Unplugged. Everyone's getting Rome handshakes.
Can't wait.
Okay, yeah. So that's it, and you are able to ride back. So that will
Nice.
be.
I say
we'll-
that's how you close a deal to Leonin.
Really is. He just like blinks.
Yay!
Yeah. So that's the primary mission. Do we want to roll the secondary mission real quick?
I think we have time, yeah, and then
Let's
we
do
can
it.
just
Got
know.
like-
Yeah.
We've got like 5 minutes. So.
And we might even be able to knock out XP. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Are all on the mission Oathsworn to the Legion?
Yes.
Ugh, I need my glasses. I'm sorry, it's so small. Did the commander spend 1 intel to give you foresight and info?
No.
No.
Is everyone on the mission a specialist or soldier?
No.
Does any legionnaire distrust the leadership or not fear them enough to obey orders in the battlefield?
No.
Okay.
Are required specialists or equipment not on the mission?
No.
No.
Okay, this is recon, right?
This
Yes.
was recon. Yep.
Did the quartermaster spend horses to equip the mission?
Yes.
Is any legionnaire starting with a heavy load?
They just won't.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So that's 3 or 2.
Two.
It was 2.
Oh my God.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 1. I mean, a 2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
1. Yeah, 2. We were 1 and a 2. Yeah.
Oof.
Where do I mark that on the sheet? What?
You
Ooh,
don't,
that is going to
you don't
leave
have
a
to.
mark.
yeah. So
That's
we're
some-
healing now. Up healing.
So that is level 3 harm for the specialists.
Ooh.
And
And a bunch of dead rookies.
lose 3 squad
3.
members.
We said it was Slippery Peter and Ananika.
Yes.
Dead rookie.
Yeah.
Okay, Slippery Peter has
Dead rookies.
level 3. Ooh, a level 2 Anna. Oh, Slippery.
Yeah, we're gonna need to use the heal action.
You ain't looking so
during
good.
Campaign
We are
phase and
going
up heal it to clear everything. Whatever.
And you sent the newly reconstituted ghost owls.
And
Yeah,
I
they
need
they
to
got
be-
some bad luck.
Yeah.
Tatanika comes back to decimated ghost owls.
I think we're just gonna say it's the 3 named. We can just say it's the 3 named rookies on the Ghost Owls.
So so you had to shift 2 rookies from somewhere into the ghost owls to fill them.
Only 1 because we took 1 because Tatsunika was the only Ghost Owl that came to the Ember Wolves.
Yeah, but you were already down 1,
Right.
right? Because Amber Raging was dead.
Right. Good call.
But so Adramir, Dame Milia, and Arun Khatri are dead.
Yeah.
Oh, other rune. Finally
Ooh.
bit it.
It's gonna be better for
It will be
ease
better.
of bookkeeping though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's commander talk if there ever was.
So
some.
that whole-
Except for Mal.
The math
mean-
is good.
Basically, that whole squad is wiped. Like whoever you rotated in is back in whatever squad they were in.
Yeah.
And you have no ghost owls.
Wow.
Maybe need to spend some time recruiting. After Sarah's done.
Yeah.
These problems are mounting.
You know what it's
well.
not great
Banner?
for?
Oh yeah, banner will stop the morale loss at least.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
you would be
true.
minus. So we can use the banner.
Yeah, I think this is 3.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
So you lose 4. So if you only lose 1 morale. Okay. Right?
Lose
We
0
would lose
morale.
no morale.
Yeah, you'll. So
No
The
morale.
banner cancels out.
you are.
losses,
You are ignoring the. Well, hang on. Actually, that's a good point. So you also, like, if we look at all of the results of the missions,
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh,
We're
you're
taking-
right.
right, you are gaining.
You're right. So
You're gaining 2 morale from the main mission.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
should
think you
use
should
banner.
use the banner.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, undone. Okay, so yeah, we'll be at 9 morale. We also will gain -1 time, and because we failed the 2 missions we failed are +1 pressure and
Yes.
+1 time,
Okay.
and then +1 pressure.
Okay, so we're at 2 pressure. The time nets out to not do anything.
Right. You're still at 1 time.
Still 2 pressure. We might have to
We
spend.
didn't rewind to the beginning of summer
You didn't buy yourself any time to the beginning of fall.
But we didn't lose any time.
or whatever. Yeah, beginning of fall.
Oh well. We do have some horses now if I want to.
Yeah.
We'll think about
That's-
it. We don't have to commit to advancing right now.
Right.
It's still campaign phase.
So do we want to do XP and then call it a night?
Is that cool? I'm cool with it. I mean, XP's fast. So
yeah,
we
that's
can-
fine by
we
me.
can go through
Cool.
it.
Let's do XP.
Do rookies level up when they gain another special ability?
level
Yes. So when you level up the special ability track, you have to take the advance.
Right.
To,
And that means they become a soldier?
You become a soldier. Yep. You promote.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Cool.
1 XP if you survive the mission. Yes.
Yep.
If you help your squad through keen observation or key shots.
I think you
you
took
shot
a
a dude.
key shot at
I did
the
shoot a dude. Okay. Thank you. You've bunch about your heritage or trauma. Don't have trauma.
I used
was-
your heritage.
You,
Yep.
I was very nice. I was, not shooting people,
Very
trying
well.
to talk to people.
I'll give it to you.
You
Thank
gave a
you.
token.
I did
Yeah, you gave
because
the token.
because Shane said you should give a token now.
Yeah.
But thank you, Shane.
You're welcome.
Threat of opponent faced.
2.
Okay. Okay, cool. And then we got a whole bunch for desperate actions, which is great. That's a rune.
Nice.
So Leonin, if you survive the mission,
Yep.
if you helped your squad by staying out of the way or surviving despite the odds,
Yep.
You're alive.
if you brought into play your heritage or trauma,
You are Leonin?
Yam Zemiadi. I didn't really.
No.
I used no. Okay, I mean I used.
What are
my
your
bold-
heritage traits?
Yeah.
Bold and tough. I used bold in a role, but I don't know if that's what it means.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I think it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I also didn't you like step in and take harm
Oh,
to
Oh
protect
yeah,
somebody?
you jumped in front.
Oh, yeah,
of
that's true.
The bullet
Good
Yeah.
that
point,
was
good
meant
point.
So
for a
that's
rune.
tough. I mean,
Okay,
Pretty tough.
that's true. Go Leon, you're tough. And then per highest threat, so that's 5 total. So Leonin's gonna grow up into a real boy. Soldier.
Real boy.
you're a soldier. Oh, that's fine. We'll find out more about Leonin the soldier. I guess
Nice.
next week.
Nice.
Kat, have you found where we're looking on the sheet now?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Just on your regular sheet on the left-hand column near the bottom of the first page, it says advancement.
So on Freya.
Oh, specialist. What
No.
am I looking at?
On the Freya sheet,
Yeah.
on the left side, underneath where the
All the harm.
harm is.
Oh, I see. Advancement.
Yep. So just roll through those, and we'll figure out what you got.
Okay. Let's see. At the end of the mission, mark 1 XP. If you survived the mission, yes.
Yep.
Helped my squad by staying out of the way or surviving despite the odds. Did that one.
Yep.
Brought my heritage or trauma. I have bold.
You were super alright during
Well-
this session.
Yeah, except I'm Zenyatta.
Oh, whatever I mean. You know what I mean. You were super. I used the accent and that scene with Zora.
Oh yeah. Also, I completely forgot. I have one of my traits was loyal. I get +1 dice in
dying
group action.
group actions, which you
Yeah.
participated in aggressively.
Yes.
So,
So,
so yes.
but we should have gotten extra dice. Maybe we wouldn't have failed.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh well.
It all worked out.
It all worked out.
Nice
Wait. So then I get 2 if I get both. If I was bold. Nah.
No, because you didn't use your trauma.
Oh. Okay.
You get 1 for heritage and 1 for trauma.
Okay. And 1 per highest threat of opponent
Which is
face.
That's 2.
2. Okay.
So I think you should be plus 5 XP.
Okay.
And the last one.
And so, well, hang on. So I think we should put all 5 of those into the special abilities, right? Because she's a rookie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Okie dokie.
Tatanika, lots of XP for desperate actions. Those are all currently marked. All right. Survive the mission. Yes. Helped your squad by staying out of the way. No. Or surviving despite the odds. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Brought into play your heritage. Oh my God, she is so freaking whatever the hell she is.
Zemyati.
Zemyati, you're right.
Yeah.
She's
Very
tough and
bold.
stubborn.
Very bold.
Yes. However, she also has a trauma,
In violation of the rules, she
Yes.
has a trauma.
Yes. House rule.
So-
House rule.
which
So
is
house ruled,
reckless, and she was 100%
Oh boy,
reckless.
was she ever.
Definitely.
And highest threat,
2.
she has 6 XP.
Wow.
Oh
She
yes,
is-
Tatanika.
Definitely a soldier.
So she is not a rookie anymore.
Not at
Hell
all.
yeah.
Perfect. Cool. So I
Can-
think. Oh, go ahead. Sally.
I just want to ask, just so I don't forget, can everyone go around and tell me their harm and stress, starting with Arun?
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to do that off stream?
I just want to go around and do it like really super duper
Sure.
quick, if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
let's do it now.
So Arun has level 1 harm and he has 5 stress.
And Freya?
She has 1 harm and 3 stress.
Thank you. Tatanika?
Level 2 harm, level 1 harm, and 5 stress.
Thank you.
Tazanika. Getting
I'm good.
bashed around. When you're reckless, that's what happens. You get hurt.
It is.
Um,
Totally is. Also, you save people's lives,
True. True.
even if they don't deserve it.
that's a stretch.
Okay, cool. So we'll do the rest of the bookkeeping backstage, and then we'll come back next week and jump right into what the command staff wants to do next.
Maybe we'll
Nice.
even get in a campaign phase.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Kat, Faye, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is
Okay,
a lot of fun, you guys.
Yeah. It's a lot different than your Dungeons and Dragons, but it's great.
Well, it's
Yeah.
always fun to try something
Yeah,
new.
yeah, absolutely. So where can people find you online?
I am on Twitter at KAZZBOTZ, Kazbots. And you can find me on the Dames and Dragons podcast. I am the dungeon master of that fine production. We're kind of on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but we're gonna be jumping back into it real soon here. And you can find us at damesanddragons.com or on iTunes, Dames and Dragons.
Dames and Dragons. Get better Noelle. She's sick.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
Poor dear.
Yep. I-Hsien. Hi.
Hey,
Good game. Good being
Solid.
Tatanika a mean-shin.
I'm glad. I hope I did her justice. It was cool to be a different person.
I hope I did Arun justice. I tried to be
He-
nice.
He was solid. He shot some people.
That's all
He was
Arun
nice,
does.
and he shot some people.
He
That's
Run
what's-
away, shoot. Run away, shoot. Kite,
Yeah.
kite, kite.
Reposition.
Reposition.
Uh-huh.
Relocate. That would work as knuckle tattoos. Relocate.
You can find me at Evil Sans Carne on Twitter and TotalPartyThrill.com, at TPTcast on Twitter.
Sally. Hi. Hello. Great job.
Hi, Rudy.
Leaning.
Yeah, that was a good time.
He leaned in to being a great
leans in.
rookie.
I love it.
And now he's a soldier.
Um,
I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm. Rookie no more. I'm Sally, and I'm at Sally T on Twitter. And please, I would love it if you would listen to my podcast, which is called The Struggle Bus.
Where do you have a website or just hop on podcasts?
You can go to the
Okay.
website, but you don't need
Sure.
to. I mean, you know what you can do actually. It's good that I'm remembering this right now. Go to patreon.com/the struggle bus, which has all the free information about the show. And also you can throw some money at us, which you'll definitely want to do if you've never heard the show before and you're hearing about it for the first time right now.
Yes.
That's
But it's the nicer
True.
looking website. No offense to our whatever. This is fine.
Yeah,
Someone else
there you
start
go.
talking, please.
Shane, Game Master. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, thanks for hosting us, and thank you guys for playing. This was a blast. I love this game. I love the campaign that we have. Like, you guys have created some awesome characters. It's fun to bring this book to life.
It's awesome. You're crushing it as a GM, Shane.
Thanks.
2 thumbs up from me.
Sort of organized chaos.
That's what being a GM is.
But yep. So you can find me on Twitter at Mundangerous or on Total Party Thrill every Thursday on iTunes.
I have to go edit now.
Bye.
Okay, yeah. We'll be back next week, and Amber will be back with us.
Oh yeah, next week Amber will be back. So she will find out what we have done to her precious company.
Her precious babies.
We gave away all your food. Sorry.
All your food is gone.
Yeah. All right. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.